Hi, welcome back guys. This is your Sensei, back with another fanfiction. This is the first part of What If Naruto Had Fairy Tale Harem. Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Now Naruto! Sasuke shouted, leaping towards Kagaya and extending his left arm, revealing the Yin seal on his palm. Naruto mirrored Sasuke's actions, preparing to seal away the Rabbit Princess for good. Naruto stretched out his right arm, showcasing the Yang seal on his palm. To their surprise, Kagaya unleashed another one of her deadly black rods, striking Sasuke in the gut while Naruto watched in shock. Sasuke! Naruto shouted frantically, rushing over to his best friend and catching Sasuke's limp body in his arms. From a distance, Sakura and Kakashi stared in equal shock. Gently, Naruto laid Sasuke down and knelt beside him. Sasuke! Sakura called out, joining Naruto at his side. Kakashi stood behind them, his expression filled with sadness. Hold on, I'll heal you, Sasuke, Sakura said, placing her hands over his wound. Her hands began to glow a bright green as she attempted to use her medical ninjutsu. But Sasuke grabbed her hand, halting the healing process. Don't waste your chakra, Sakura. It's pointless, he said. But I have to heal you, Sasuke, Sakura replied, tears welling in her eyes. Sasuke released her hand and cupped her face with his own, offering a warm smile. Don't cry, Sakura. It's okay. I have to atone for all the mistakes I've made in the past, Sasuke reassured her. I'm sorry for everything I've done. I hope you can forgive me, he said, guilt lacing his voice. Sakura smiled and pulled him into a hug. You've already been forgiven, Sasuke, she said, releasing him. Before I go, I have something I want to give to Naruto. Naruto, give me your left hand, Sasuke instructed. Naruto complied, extending his left hand with his palm open. Sasuke placed his hand on top of Naruto's, and after a moment, he withdrew it. Now, take a good look at your left hand, Sasuke chuckled, a smirk on his face. Naruto, along with Sakura and Kakashi, noticed that the Yin seal on Sasuke's palm was no longer there. Sasuke, what happened to your seal? Naruto asked, bewildered. That's why I said to look closely, Sasuke replied with a chuckle. Following Sasuke's advice, Naruto examined his hand and saw that the Yin seal had transferred to him. Now that you have the full power of the Sage of Six Paths, Kagaya should stand no chance against you. It's all up to you now, Naruto, Sasuke said before fading away, reminiscent of how their ally Obito had once departed. Thank you, Sasuke. I promise, I'll seal her away for good, Naruto vowed. Sakura wept into Naruto's shoulder, and he hugged her tightly, tears streaming down his own face. Finally releasing Sakura from their emotional embrace, Naruto stood up confidently, fixing a fierce glare on Kagaya. I'm going to stop you, he shouted angrily. Kagaya merely laughed, taunting him, come and get me. Naruto charged toward her, suddenly appearing behind her and delivering a powerful kick to her back. Kagaya gasped in pain, such strength. No matter. I'll defeat him, she thought, unleashing another rod in an attempt to stab Naruto. However, Naruto dodged her attack effortlessly. Frustrated, Kagaya aimed at him again, but once more, she failed. I think it's time I put an end to this, Naruto shouted, throwing a powerful punch at her face. He formed a Rasengan and charged it at Kagaya, who screamed in protest. As Naruto flew away, he glanced back at the Rabbit Princess before diving toward her, both palms outstretched, ready to seal her away for good. Oh no! This isn't good. Kagaya thought frantically, trying to use her teleportation jutsu to escape the sealing. Unfortunately for her, it was too late. Naruto made contact, placing both palms on her shoulders and finally sealing her away. But in the process, he was caught in her teleportation and SE into a swirling vortex. Sakura gasped, Naruto, she shouted. Kakashi, where do you think he is? She asked her sensei nervously. Kakashi sighed, looking at her with concern. Sakura's worry deepened. I don't know, Sakura. We just have to hope that wherever he is, he'll be okay and find a way back to us, Kakashi replied, sharing her concern. Sakura sighed, and Kakashi pulled her into an embrace, allowing her to find comfort in his presence. Naruto slowly regained consciousness, observing his surroundings and noticing Kagaya's fading form on the ground. Where am I? He wondered, realizing he was in a forest filled with wildlife. I can't sense anyone's chakra anymore. What is happening? He thought, growing suspicious. He approached a riverbank and sat down, groaning. How am I supposed to get back? As he rested his hand on his knee, he stared at his reflection in the water, noticing his Rinnegan. I guess now that I have the Yin seal, I possess the full power of the Six Paths. But I should deactivate this mode, he thought. Maybe I should ask Kurama, Naruto considered, entering his mindscape where the fox resided. Hey, Kurama, Naruto called out, waking the fox from its slumber. What do you want, Kit? Kurama replied nonchalantly. Do you know where we are? Naruto asked. Well, we're definitely not in the elemental nations anymore, Kurama said. Is there a way to get back? Naruto pressed. Without someone who can use the teleportation technique, you're stuck here forever. Since Kakashi doesn't have his Sharingan anymore and Kaguya is dead, you're on your own, Kurama explained. Sighing, Naruto deactivated his mode and returned to normal. I guess I should explore, he thought, getting up and starting to stroll through the forest. Naruto looked around, observing his surroundings as he strolled through the forest. It wasn't long before he heard a loud explosion. Sensing that something was wrong, he sped up and rushed toward the source of the noise, entering Ninetales chakra mode to reach it faster. In the aftermath of the explosion, a girl with white hair tied in a high ponytail sat on the ground, cradling her broken arm. She wore a sleeveless shirt adorned with motifs, a short skirt held up by a belt with a skull buckle and thigh-high boots. Her name was Mirajane. She had been caught off guard by a beast that was actually her brother, Elfman, who had attempted to use take-over magic on the king of beasts. But now, he was no longer her brother. The beast had overtaken him, leaving behind a monstrous creature that craved destruction. Mirajane stared at the beast, tears streaming down her face. She was soon joined by another girl, who had the same white hair as Mirajane but much shorter, reaching only to her neck. Lise Anna, the youngest of the Strauss siblings, rushed over frantically upon seeing her older sister sitting on the ground. Lise Anna noticed the beast and recognized her brother. Instead of backing away in fear like most would, she calmly approached the creature. She held out her arms as if to welcome a hug. Elfniken, it's okay, it's me. Your sister Mira is here too. Now why don't you come back and we can all go home together? Lise Anna said with a smile. No, Lise Anna. Get out of there. Please. Mira pleaded tearfully, but her cries went unheard. It's okay, we still love you, Lise Anna said, ignoring her sister's desperate pleas. The beast raised its arm, preparing to swat Lise Anna away. No. Lise Anna. Mira cried, trying to stand but collapsing again. She looked on in horror, not wanting to see her sister harmed, feeling helpless as the danger loomed. Someone, please, save her. Mira thought, gritting her teeth in fear. We still love you, big brother. Lise Anna said, standing bravely in front of her transformed brother, unaware of the impending danger. Lise Anna. Mira shouted as the beast's arm came down, seemingly ready to swat her sister away. Mira looked down, crying out in despair, please, someone, help. This time, her cries were heard. A flash of golden yellow light appeared, swiftly carrying Lise Anna away just in time, preventing disaster. Mira stared in shock and relief, while Lise Anna was equally astonished. A golden figure with spiky blonde hair, resembling flames, held her securely in strong arms. Lise Anna looked up to see her savior. He had whisker marks on his face and was enveloped in a golden aura. Mira and Lise Anna could only stare in awe. With Lise Anna safe, the blonde boy gently set her down, ensuring she was all right. He offered a warm, friendly smile. Are you okay? He asked. Lise Anna, still in shock, took a moment to respond. Why yeah, thank you, she finally managed. That's good, I'm glad you're okay, he replied. Who are you? Mira asked as he and Lise Anna approached her. Naruto was about to answer when the beast let out a thundering roar. Wait, can you just knock it unconscious? It's our brother. Please, if you do, he'll return to normal, Mira pleaded. Naruto gave her a thumbs up and a grin. Sure thing. Mira smiled and Lise Anna joined her, the sisters embracing in a tearful hug. Please, don't ever do that again. What would I do if I lost you? Mira said. Okay, Lise Anna replied tearfully, releasing the hug and turning to their savior. Sorry about this, Naruto said, charging toward the beast. He leaped high into the air, coming down with a powerful roundhouse kick to the back of its head, knocking it out cold. He knocked it out with just a kick. Lise Anna exclaimed. Yeah, he must be incredibly strong, Mira replied, equally astonished. The beast fell to its knees and then collapsed to the ground, beginning to revert back to its human form. On the ground lay a young muscular man with the same white hair as the sisters, unconscious. Mira and Lise Anna rushed to their brother's side. Naruto deactivated his Ninetales chakra mode and walked over to the Strauss siblings. Who are you? Mira asked. Naruto Uzumaki, he answered, giving them a thumbs up. He still wore his orange-black jacket and orange pants, which had somehow been repaired during the teleportation jutsu. He seems like a really kind person, Mira thought, smiling. Thank you, Naruto. If it weren't for you, my sister would have been in grave danger, she said gratefully. What's your name? Naruto asked. My name is Mirajane, but you can just call me Mira. This is my sister Lise Anna, and this is my brother Elfman, she introduced. Naruto laughed. Nice to meet you. He then noticed Mira cradling her arm, which appeared to be broken. We better heal that arm of yours, he said. Mira and Lise Anna exchanged confused glances. What do you mean heal my broken arm? Mira asked curiously. Naruto responded with a friendly laugh. It's okay, you'll see what I mean. He knelt beside her, placing his right palm on her broken arm. I wonder what he is doing, but I guess I can trust him, Mira thought. All done, try moving your arm, Naruto said, removing his palm. Mira followed his instructions, surprised to find her arm felt much better. When she moved it, there was no pain at all. Did you heal my arm? She asked, astonished. Naruto giggled. Well, you tell me, did I? He replied playfully, grinning at the two sisters. Mira couldn't help but smile back. I guess you did, she said. Now, let's get your brother healed up too. By the way, Lisanna, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? Naruto asked as he approached the unconscious boy. Lisanna shook her head and smiled. No, I'm fine, Naruto, but thank you. Please heal our brother, she pleaded. Naruto nodded and placed his yang seal on Elfman's chest. In no time, all of his wounds began to heal, and soon his body looked as if it had never been injured at all. The sisters looked on in awe, thinking, this guy is amazing. Just how do you do that? Mira asked. What kind of magic is it? She added. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Magic, he replied. Yeah, don't tell me you don't know what it is, Mira said. That's exactly what I'm going to tell you because I don't know what it is, Naruto responded, leaving Mira and Lisanna shocked. Look, this may seem crazy and unbelievable, but I promise you from the bottom of my heart that I am not lying, he assured them. The sisters nodded, encouraging him to continue. I actually come from another world, a place called the Elemental Nations. Out of the 5 nations, I come from the land of fire. In my world, magic doesn't exist. Instead, there is chakra and there are ninjas. I'm a ninja from another world. I don't use magical powers, I use jutsus, Naruto explained. Mira and Lisanna could hardly believe it, a ninja from another world? It's okay if you don't believe me, I don't expect you to, Naruto said. Mira and Lisanna shook their heads vigorously. No, we believe you, we promise, they said in unison. So tell me about your world, Naruto prompted. In this world, we have magic and we use spells. Wizards mostly reside in guilds where they take jobs to earn a living. We come from a guild called Fairy Tail, Mira explained. Why don't you join us in Fairy Tail? I promise everyone will welcome you warmly, especially since you saved my sister's life. And since you're still a stranger in this world, you'll probably have nowhere to stay. So come with us to Fairy Tail, and if you need a place to live, you can stay with us. Mira said, smiling brightly. Naruto was taken aback. He couldn't believe they would welcome a stranger from another world to live with them. Are you joking? I just met you, he said. I'm serious. This is no joke, Mira replied. So, what do you say? Sure. Thanks a lot, you guys. I like you already, Naruto exclaimed. It's the least we can do, after all, you did save my life, Lisanna smiled. Yeah, because you're a real man, Elfman said, finally regaining consciousness. Big brother, you're awake, Lisanna said happily, hugging him with Mira joining in. You sure gave us a scare, Mira said with a smile. I'm sorry, sis, Elfman apologized. You don't have to apologize. The important thing is that you're alive. You know, you're very lucky to have such caring siblings. Cherish them, Naruto said. Naruto, Mira said, surprised. When I was little, I was all alone. My parents died on the night I was born, so I never knew what a parent's love was like, Naruto said sadly. Mira pulled Naruto into a hug, surprising him. Then come join us in Fairy Tail. We treat each other like family. We'll give you the family you never had, she said. Now, I think it's time we head back to the guild, Mira said, releasing Naruto from the hug. Right, and I have the perfect idea, Naruto said. Naruto entered his Sage of Six Paths mode, while the 3 siblings stared in awe. Amazing! Mira exclaimed as 3 golden arms extended from Naruto's body and wrapped around the siblings. We're going to fly, Naruto smirked. Are you serious? Lisanna asked, and Naruto nodded. They began to float, and once they were high enough, they started flying through the air like superheroes. Now, since I don't know how to get to Fairy Tail, you guys have to tell me the direction, Naruto said as they soared through the sky. The Strauss siblings nodded in agreement. Very soon, they landed right in front of Fairy Tail's doorstep. Naruto's extra arms retracted back into his body, and he deactivated his Sage of Six Paths mode. Well, I guess this is it, Naruto said excitedly. That was the best ride ever. You're a real man, Naruto, Elfman declared. Mira and Lisanna sighed at their brother's words while Naruto laughed. Get ready, Naruto, this is your new beginning, Mira said. Yeah, Naruto replied, punching a fist into the air. We're back, Mira shouted happily as the group walked in. Yeah. Everyone cheered. Naruto stood on the far left with his hands in his pockets. Everyone quickly noticed the new blonde guest. Oh, everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki. We owe him a great debt because he saved Lisana's life, Mira said, walking over to Naruto and introducing him. Upon hearing that, everyone was curious about this Naruto Uzumaki. So I see you've made it back in one piece, my children, an elderly voice said as a little old man walked over to the four. Yes, and that's also thanks to Naruto. He healed my broken arm and treated all of Elfman's wounds, Mira explained. I'm very grateful to you, young man, for saving Lisana's life. She is like a little sister to all of us. We would have been devastated if she had died and you hadn't come, so thank you very much, he said to Naruto. Sure thing. So if I'm correct, you must be the master of this guild. What is your name? Naruto asked, smiling. The master chuckled. Yes indeed, young man. I'm Master Makarov of the Fairy Tail Guild. So, Master, is it okay for Naruto to join the guild? Mira asked. Of course. Fairy Tail welcomes all of its members. Makarov chuckled. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, a super elite ninja from another world. Remember it. Naruto said. Makarov chuckled at his enthusiasm. Wait, a ninja from another world? Makarov shouted. What? All of the guild members exclaimed. You're a ninja from another world. A pink-haired boy shouted as he ran up to Naruto with a curious expression, followed by a little blue flying cat. Naruto blinked, surprised by the sight of the blue flying cat. He held out a fist to the pink-haired boy and grinned, You bet I am. The pink-haired boy jumped up and down excitedly. That's so cool, he shouted. Naruto giggled. The name's Natsu Dragneel. I'm a fire dragon slayer. And just so you know, this little blue cat here is my friend Happy. Natsu said. Hee hee, Naruto replied with a chuckle. And welcome to Fairy Tail. Natsu said, smiling. Mira, why don't you take him to get his stamp? Makarov suggested. Stamp? Naruto asked curiously. You see this? It's the Fairy Tail Guild mark. It shows that you're a member of Fairy Tail. Natsu replied, showing Naruto his mark on his shoulder. Cool. Naruto said. Come on, Naruto. Mira shouted, already behind the bar counter. Hee hee, see ya? Naruto said as he walked over to the bar. Now, where would you like your stamp to be and what color? Mira asked, holding a stamp in her hands. Orange and on my right shoulder, Naruto replied. He took off his jacket and lifted his shirt slightly, revealing his toned physique. Mira blushed a little at the sight. Naruto noticed and giggled. Mira gently pressed the stamp down on Naruto's shoulder and lifted it up, revealing Naruto's new orange Fairy Tail Guild mark. Thanks, Mira. Naruto said gratefully. Why, you're welcome, Mira replied, still a bit flustered. Why are you blushing, Mira? Naruto asked, noticing her reaction. Oh, no reason. Mira stuttered. Okay then. Naruto replied, and Mira sighed in relief, thankful for the distraction. He pulled his shirt down and put his jacket back on. So, Naruto-chan, you said you are a ninja from another world. Would you care to tell us about yourself? Makarov asked. Naruto sighed, sure. It's okay if you don't feel like talking about it, Mira said gently. No, it's fine. I'll tell you, Naruto replied. And so Naruto explained everything, sharing his tragic past and lonely childhood, his friends, the 5 great nations, his teachers, and even telling them about Sasuke and the 4th Great Ninja War. He spoke of the Senju and the Uchiha, the Sharingan, the Sage of 6 Paths, and his battle against Kagaya. He described the ninja world, the tailed beasts sealed within him, and how he became best friends with Kurama, as well as the Akatsuki and everything that had happened. Everyone was shocked, and they all felt sympathy for Naruto. I see, you must have had it rough, young lad. But I assure you, in Fairy Tail, you will have people who will accept you and treat you like family, Makarov said sympathetically. Naruto felt tears welling up as memories of his past flooded back. Mira noticed, and pulled him into a comforting hug. Naruto, all of Fairy Tail has gone through tough times. For example, my father was a dragon, but he raised me like a normal child. Then one day he just disappeared, Natsu shared. We promise we'll make you feel at home. Fairy Tail is now your home, just like everyone else's, Lisana said. Thank you, Naruto said, his voice thick with emotion. Mira let go of Naruto and smiled. You know, I'm kind of hungry, hee hee. Naruto giggled sheepishly. Mira smiled back. Well, what do you want? Do you know how to make miso ramen with pork? Naruto asked. Of course. Myra's is the best. Lisana chimed in. Naruto chuckled. Then I'll take it. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Gray Fullbuster, a raven-haired boy said, appearing to be dressed only in his boxers. Naruto blinked, wondering where his clothes were. Nice to meet you. By the way, where are your clothes? Naruto asked, quickly turning his greeting into a question. It's a habit, he takes his clothes off all the time, Mira said, laughing. Naruto sighed. Yeah. Put some clothes on, Icicle. Natsu demanded, bumping foreheads with Gray. What did you say, Fire Eater? Gray retorted. You heard what I said. Put some clothes on. Natsu replied, and their little argument quickly turned into a playful scuffle, but it was interrupted by a red-haired girl who looked to be around the same age as the boys. Stop fighting, boys. You got it, she commanded, taking their heads and gently knocking them together, causing them to stumble back. Wise ma'am, the two boys replied weakly. Naruto gulped, as the girl reminded him of his mother with her beautiful red hair and strong personality. The girl walked over to Naruto and extended her hand, asking him to shake it. Nice to meet you, I'm Erza Scarlet, she said. Naruto stared, unable to shake the resemblance to his mother. What's wrong? Erza asked, snapping him out of his thoughts. Oh, nothing. It's just that your red hair reminds me of my mother, Naruto answered. Oh really? Erza replied, intrigued. Interesting, but I thought your parents had passed away. How did you meet your mother? Erza asked. Oh, you see, whenever I was training to gain control over the Nine Tails, I almost lost it. But because my father sealed some of her chakra inside me, she was able to reach out and help me manage the Nine Tails' power, Naruto explained. If you don't mind me asking, how did you meet your father? Erza inquired. It's because, whenever I lost control of the Nine Tails, I was on the verge of unleashing the ninth tail. However, my father also sealed some of his chakra inside me, which allowed him to stop me from fully transforming into the Nine Tails, Naruto replied. Wow, this chakra thing, it's like your energy source or something? Erza asked, becoming more intrigued. Naruto nodded. Yep, it's basically our life force. If we are completely drained, like all the way drained, then the ninja dies, unless a medical ninja or another ninja is willing to share some of their chakra to help, Naruto explained. Erza was taken aback. But if it's for my precious friends, then I'd gladly give up all the chakra inside me if it means keeping them safe, he finished, leaving Erza even more astonished. Naruto, you're a very kind person, you know? Erza said, touched by his words. Naruto smiled. If you're really as powerful as you say you are, then I want you to fight. Let's have a sparring match on our training field. I want to see just how strong you are, Erza challenged. The others were shocked. I don't think Naruto is going to survive this. Naruto, you'll get beaten badly, Mikao warned. But Naruto smirked and brushed off the warnings. Challenge accepted, he declared. What? The members exclaimed in disbelief. Erza smirked, ready for the challenge. What is this place? Naruto asked as he was led to the training ground. It's the training ground, Erza replied with a smirk, re-equipping into her Heaven's Wheel armor. Oh no, it's Heaven's Wheel. Naruto is definitely in trouble. Happy exclaimed. Come on, Erza, give him a chance, Gray added from the sidelines. But Naruto grinned, reaching into his back pouch for a kunai, while Erza summoned a wheel of swords around her, ready to launch them at him. Naruto held his kunai high, prepared to deflect the incoming swords. Erza released them all at once, sending them straight towards him. Yep, Naruto is done for, Natsu said from the sidelines. It was nice knowing him, Wakaba added. As the swords flew at Naruto, he deftly deflected each one with his kunai, leaving everyone, including Erza, in shock. He deflected them all. Erza exclaimed in awe. That was amazing. Natsu cheered. But Erza wasn't about to back down yet. Naruto stood confidently with his kunai raised, anticipating another round. As expected, Erza launched another barrage of swords, only for Naruto to deflect them once more. Impressive, Erza acknowledged, but Naruto simply smirked. However, don't get your hopes up too soon, she warned. Unfazed, Naruto teased, come on, redhead, is this all you've got? Erza grinned back, not at all. You haven't seen everything yet. She re-equipped into her formidable Blackwing armor. That's Blackwing armor. Naruto is definitely in for it now. Mikao exclaimed. Erza charged at Naruto, slashing with precision while he dodged her attacks with grace. You're quite fast, Naruto, she noted as she continued her assault. Wow. Naruto is dodging her like it's nothing. He's really something. Elfman shouted from the sidelines, watching the intense battle unfold. Naruto hasn't used any of his jutsus yet. Is he holding back? Is he really that strong? Makarov wondered aloud. Mira merely shrugged. You know, you haven't unleashed any of your jutsus yet. Are you holding back? You shouldn't underestimate me, Erza said, pausing to catch her breath. Why are you holding back? Give me everything you've got. Erza demanded, but Naruto shrugged casually. I'd rather not, I don't want to hurt you too badly, he replied, causing Erza to grunt in frustration. What do I have to do to get him to unleash a jutsu on me, she thought. Then I guess I'll have to force a jutsu out of you, Erza declared, re-equipping into her Lightning Empress armor. She shot a bolt of lightning from her staff, aiming it at Naruto. But once again, Naruto dodged her attack. Erza gritted her teeth and quickly changed her armor again. She switched to a Japanese robe. I wonder what Erza is planning to do to make Naruto unleash a jutsu. The blue furry cat pondered. Naruto readied his kunai as Urza charged at him, gripping two swords. They engaged in close-range combat, reminiscent of a classic sword fight. Whoa! This is incredible! It's like they're having an epic sword duel. Natsu exclaimed. Yeah, that kunai must be strong to withstand her attacks. Gray added. Finally, Naruto knocked both of Urza's swords from her grip, sending them flying into the grass. Urza was stunned. Someone had bested her in swordplay. Come on now, redhead. If you want me to unleash a jutsu, you'll have to do better than that. Naruto taunted, standing confidently before her. Fine if that's what you want. Urza replied, requipping into her Flame Empress armor. Flame Empress armor, nice choice, Urza. Natsu cheered, and Urza smiled at the encouragement. I hope you're ready, Naruto, she said, as he put his kunai back in his pouch and gestured for her to give it her all. Bring it on, he challenged. Urza raised her fire-blazing sword and unleashed a torrent of flames towards Naruto, aiming to overwhelm him. Whoa! Naruto is going to be roast pork after this. Happy shouted. In response, Naruto formed a few hand signs and called out, Water Style. Wild Water Wave Jutsu. He unleashed a powerful wave of water, extinguishing the flames. Urza stared in disbelief, and the others shared her shock. So this is a jutsu? Quite impressive, Makarov remarked. Suddenly, Naruto vanished and reappeared behind Urza, catching her off guard. He delivered a swift kick to her back, careful not to use full force, just enough to win the match. The kick sent Urza soaring across the grass before she came to a stop, lying on her side. What strength? Urza said, amazed. Everyone was in shock. He defeated Urza with just a kick. Naruto is incredibly strong. He should be an S-class master. Mikao exclaimed. Makarov was equally surprised. This boy must be exceptionally strong. He was holding back during the fight, yet he still defeated Urza without breaking a sweat. No one in Fairy Tail could ever beat her. She's the strongest female wizard here. If he can beat her so easily, he must be on another level. I'd say he's even on par with Laxus, Mystigan, or Gildarts. I can't imagine what would happen if he unleashed his full power. I'm definitely making him S-class, Makarov thought. Naruto rushed over to Urza, extending a hand with a smile. Are you okay? I hope you're not hurt too badly. Let me heal you, it's the least I can do for kicking you, he offered. Urza was taken aback. Okay, thanks, she stammered, taking his hand to help herself up, though she only managed to sit up as everyone rushed over to check on them. Naruto placed his yang seal on Urza's shoulder and began to heal her. Soon, she looked as if she hadn't been harmed at all, reminiscent of the time with Elfman. Urza! Naruto! Mira called, running over to them. Did you heal Urza, Naruto? Mira asked. Yep, he replied. Thank you, Naruto, Urza said, and Naruto smiled, giving her a thumbs up. Urza couldn't help but smile back, but she knew that Naruto hadn't put his full strength into that kick. Everyone gathered around the two combatants. Naruto, Urza said, and he turned to look at her. What's up? Curious, everyone listened in. You didn't put your full strength into that kick, did you? You barely used any force. Are you really holding back? Urza asked. Everyone was taken aback. Naruto, are you sure that wasn't full strength? You sent Urza flying. Gray questioned skeptically. Yeah, that wasn't full strength. If I had gone all out, Urza would have been seriously hurt, Naruto replied, shocking everyone. And Naruto, why didn't you use any of your jutsus? Kana, a spirited girl, asked. Because I didn't want to hurt her. This is supposed to be a friendly spar. If it were a fight to the death, I would have gone all out, Naruto explained. Mira, you remember, right? You saw me in that mode, Naruto said. Yes, indeed I do, Mira responded. What mode? Urza asked. You all remember the Nine Tails and the Sage of Six Paths, right? Naruto asked, and everyone nodded. What you saw, Mira, was my Nine Tails chakra mode, and what you saw when I was carrying you here was the Sage of Six Paths mode, Naruto explained. Everyone was stunned by this revelation. That's so cool, Natsu said. Naruto giggled. Naruto-chan, I've made a decision based on your fight today. I'm going to make you an S-class level member of Fairy Tail, Makarov announced. S-class? Naruto said in wonder. An S-class wizard is very powerful and can take on more dangerous quests, Mira explained. But since you're not a wizard, you're a ninja, which means you're an S-class ninja. So instead of a Fairy Tail wizard, you're the Fairy Tail ninja. Makarov declared. Awesome. Thanks, Gigi. Naruto exclaimed. I'm so proud of you, Naruto, Urza smiled, and Naruto grinned, giving her a thumbs up. All right, every member cheered. From now on, Fairy Tail is my family, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect you all. I'll put my life on the line to protect my family, and that's a promise. When I make a promise, I never go back on my word because that's my nindo. My ninja way. Naruto shouted, raising his fist in the air. Urza smiled, feeling a warmth in her heart. What is this feeling? Am I falling for him? I guess I am. He is quite charming, and I don't mind having a crush on him, she thought, chuckling softly and blushing. So, where will I be living for now? Since I'm new to this world, I don't have a place, Naruto said. Mira chuckled. Have you forgotten? Didn't I tell you to come live with us? Thanks. Don't worry, it'll only be until I can get an apartment of my own, Naruto said. Sure, of course. Mira replied. Time skip. 2 months have passed since Naruto joined Fairy Tail. Up until now, he had only taken on solo missions and quickly gained a reputation as the Fairy Tail Ninja, known throughout the guild for completing his tasks at an astonishing speed. He often took on 3 jobs at a time, returning in less than an hour. After living with the Strauss siblings for a while, Naruto earned enough money to buy his very own apartment, which looked remarkably similar to his home back in his homeland. With each mission, he learned more about the wizarding world. Although he usually worked alone, he decided to join Natsu and Happy on a trip when they invited him. Natsu, we made it to Harjin. Get up already. Happy urged, trying to rouse a groggy Natsu. What's wrong with him? I've never seen him like this. Naruto wondered, dressed in a long red coat that reached down to his knees, adorned with black flames at the hem. He carried a scroll and a backpack, along with his usual orange-black jacket and matching pants, which held all his ninja tools. He'll be fine, this always happens when he travels. He has motion sickness, Happy explained. I'm never riding a stupid train again, Natsu groaned, looking pale. If our information is correct, we should find that salamanders somewhere in this town, Naruto stated, standing at the open train doors. Happy agreed. Come on Natsu, let's go. Happy encouraged, but Natsu was still hanging out the window. Just give me a second, would ya? Natsu replied weakly. Naruto sighed and walked over to him, lifting Natsu over his shoulder. Sorry to do this, but we need to get off the train, he chuckled, glancing at the motion-sick Natsu. Oh, and try not to get sick on my scroll, it's very important, Naruto added, but Natsu remained silent. With another sigh, he turned to Happy. Well, let's get going, he said, stepping off the train with Happy close behind. What? You mean to tell me there's only one magic shop in this whole town? A teenage girl with blonde hair tied in a ponytail exclaimed in disbelief. Her name was Lucy. Afraid so, the people around here are more fishing folk than magic folk. I built this shop for the wizards who happened to pass by, the shop owner replied. I came all the way to this town for nothing, Lucy sighed, feeling disappointed. Now, don't say that, little lady. I have all the latest goods, let me show you a few, the owner said cheerfully. He pulled out a pink box with 2 circles, the top one slightly smaller than the bottom. This magic is popular, all the girls seem to like it. It allows you to change the color of your clothes anytime you want, he explained, demonstrating by spraying glittery dust over himself, transforming his yellow shirt into purple. I already have one of those. What I really want is some powerful gate keys, Lucy said, still unsatisfied, until she spotted a silver key that lifted her spirits. It's the little doggy. Lucy cheered. Yeah, but that's not very powerful, you know, the owner informed her. Yeah, but I really want it. How much? Lucy asked, bringing the key to the cashier desk. That'll be 20,000 jewels, he replied, holding up 2 fingers. I'm sorry, but how much was that again? Lucy asked skeptically. I said 20,000 jewels, he reiterated. Lucy felt a sweat drop. Oh come on, how much is it really worth? Surely you can cut me a deal, she said with a playful smile, leaning on the cashier desk. I can't believe he only knocked off 1,000 jewels. Is that stubborn old geezer blind? That trick usually works, so much for using my charm, Lucy grumbled. Suddenly, she heard a commotion of screams from a group of excited fangirls. Are you serious? He is really here. Salamander, one of them shouted, rushing towards the crowd. Salamander? Lucy gasped. Is he the wizard who uses fire magic you can't even buy in stores? She squealed, clapping her hands in excitement. He's in this dead-end town? Ugh man Naruto, you can put me down now. Natsu said, squirming in Naruto's grip. Naruto sighed. If you say so, he replied, gently setting Natsu on the ground. Natsu wobbled as he got to his feet, still recovering from the train ride, and began walking, with Naruto and Happy following closely behind. You've got to get over that motion sickness, Happy said, walking beside Natsu. Now I'm so hungry I could eat my hand, Natsu whimpered. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry too, I could eat 5 bowls of ramen, Naruto admitted, clutching his stomach. It's too bad we don't have any money for food, Happy remarked. Hey guys, this salamander we're looking for, it's gotta be Igneel, right? Natsu asked. Because the only fire dragon I know is Igneel, Happy confirmed. That's true, Natsu agreed. The trio soon spotted the crowd of fangirls, their excitement palpable as they rushed toward the source of the commotion. Well, speak of the devil, we're in luck today, guys. Natsu shouted joyfully. Happy replied, yeah. Naruto added. In the center of the crowd stood a man with bluish hair and an X tattoo on his forehead. He wore a purple cape with high collars that reached his ears, blowing kisses to the squealing fangirls who blushed and fawned over him. Lucy stood there speechless, her cheeks flushed. Why is my heart beating so fast? What's gotten into me all of a sudden? She wondered. You ladies are all so sweet, the salamander complimented, before noticing Lucy's heart-throbbing reaction and giving her an intense gaze. Lucy jumped in excitement. He looked at me. Is it because he's a famous wizard? Is that why my heart's racing out of control? She thought again, moving closer to him. Could it be that I'm in love? Is he the one? Hey Igneel, it's me. Natsu shouted, smiling as he pushed through the crowd excitedly, breaking the spell that had captivated Lucy, who gasped at the same time. But upon recognizing the salamander, Natsu, Naruto, and Happy looked at him with confusion. Who the heck are you? Naruto and Natsu asked simultaneously, shocking the salamander. Who am I? I'm Salamander. Surely you've heard of me before, he exclaimed, but the two boys had already moved away from the crowd. Hey, wait a minute. Salamander hollered, but Natsu and Naruto tried their best to ignore him, only to be confronted by a swarm of angry fangirls. What's with you girls? Naruto and Natsu muttered. Now, my lovelies, let them go. I'm sure those poor boys didn't mean anything by it, the salamander said, causing the fangirls to squeal even louder, while Lucy stood by, staring in disgust. Here's my autograph, boys. Now you can brag to all your friends, the salamander said, scribbling his name and handing it to Naruto and Natsu. No thanks, the two boys replied, much to the girls' anger. I guess it wasn't him after all, Happy said with disappointment. Yeah, definitely not him, the two boys agreed. Well, I'm afraid I must go now. I have some business to attend to, the salamander said. You're leaving already? The girls shouted in disbelief. Time for the red carpet, he said, snapping his fingers, making a red magic circle appear, with purple flames bursting from the ground and lifting him up. The girls stared and squealed. I'm having a soiree on my yacht tonight, and you're all invited, the salamander announced before departing. Who the heck was that guy? Natsu asked, while Naruto shrugged. I don't know, but that guy was a real creep. Thanks for your help, Lucy said, walking up to the trio. The boys looked at her in confusion. My name is Lucy. It's nice to meet you, she introduced herself. Happy replied, while Natsu gobbled down any food he could grab, and Naruto enjoyed big bowls of ramen beside him. Natsu, Happy, and Naruto, right? Lucy asked. You're so nice. Natsu mumbled through his food. Thanks. You can slow down, we're not in a hurry and food is kind of flying everywhere, Lucy replied, a glob of food suddenly splattering on her forehead, causing her to look irate. There goes the money I saved from that old geezer's shop, Lucy thought. Evidently, that salamander guy was using a charm spell to make the girls think they were in love with him. Charm spells can attract people against their will, but they've been banned for years. Nobody even sells them anymore. He must have gone through a lot of trouble to get his hands on it. What a creep. I totally fell victim to his charm, but I snapped out of it when you guys barged in. I really can't thank you enough. Lucy said. No problem. Natsu said, still stuffing food into his mouth. I know I may not look like it, but I'm a wizard too. Lucy informed. Oh, is that so? Naruto asked curiously. But I haven't joined a guild yet or anything, Lucy continued. Oh, I should probably explain, shouldn't I? Guilds are organizations where wizards gather to share information and find work. Unfortunately, you're not considered a full-fledged wizard until you join a guild. But there are tons of them all over the world. I heard the more popular ones are harder to get into, and the one I want to join is the most popular. They're the greatest and always featured in Sorcerer Weekly. If I could convince them to let me join, I would be over the moon. Lucy continued. Yeah. Natsu mumbled. I'm sorry, I guess all this wizard talk must sound like gibberish to you, but I'm telling you, I'm going to join that guild, take awesome jobs and make tons of money. Lucy finished. Oh yeah. Naruto said, finishing his second-to-last bowl of ramen before starting his last one. You talk a lot, Happy commented. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You guys came here looking for someone, didn't you? Lucy said, snapping back to reality. We're looking for Igneel. Happy replied. We heard a rumor that a salamander was coming through this town, so we came to see him. Turns out it was someone else, Natsu said, taking a bite of pizza. Yeah, that guy didn't even look like a salamander, Naruto said, finishing his last bowl as Natsu finished the pizza. Yeah, no kidding. I bet that guy can't even breathe fire like a real dragon, Natsu replied. I don't get it. Your friend Igneel looks like a dragon? Lucy asked, confused. Naruto chuckled. No, you got it all wrong. He doesn't look like a dragon, he is one. Natsu answered, but Lucy only became more confused. Igneel is a real-life fire dragon. Happy said, shocking Lucy to the core. Why would a fire dragon show up in the middle of town? It's totally ridiculous. Lucy exclaimed, leaving the trio speechless. Well, I should get going. Enjoy the rest of your lunch, and maybe I'll see you around. Lucy said, walking away and waving goodbye while leaving the right amount of money for the food. Thank you, ma'am. Please come, a maid said before pausing and looking freaked out. Lucy turned to see what was going on and had the same reaction as the maid. Thank you for the food. Natsu and Naruto said, bowing in the middle of the aisle. Thank you. Happy added. Cut it out. You're embarrassing me. Look, it's cool. You guys helped me out earlier, so let's just call it even. Lucy said, raising her hands in a playful gesture. I feel bad, though, because we weren't even trying to help her, Natsu replied, glancing over at Naruto and Happy, while Lucy sighed. We owe her something, Happy chimed in. Oh, I know. Here, this is for you. Naruto said, handing Lucy an autograph from Salamander with a playful grin, but Lucy immediately rejected it. No way. Oh my, looks like the Fairy Tail Guild is out there causing trouble again. A demon clan wiped out, with 7 homes destroyed. Talk about going overboard. Lucy exclaimed, lying back on a park bench. Wow. The centerfold Mirajane. She's so pretty. I wish I knew how to get in. Do you have to apply or interview with them? But I'm totally going to join Fairy Tail. They're the coolest guild ever. And I heard they just got a new member, a ninja from another world. He's so cool, I would love to meet him one day. Almost everyone has seen or at least heard about him. Lucy squealed, giggling with excitement. What was that? You want to join Fairy Tail? A familiar voice said, and Lucy immediately recognized the fake Salamander. Salamander! Lucy jumped, startled. I've been looking all over for you. I wanted to personally invite you to the party I'm having on my yacht tonight, he said, a gleam in his eyes. Your charm spell won't work on me. That magic's weakness is awareness. It doesn't work on people who know you're using it, Lucy replied, pointing a finger at Salamander. Just as I thought. I guess you were a wizard the moment I laid eyes on you, Salamander sighed. No matter, the invitation still stands. Well, you can forget it. I wouldn't be caught dead at a party thrown by someone like you, Lucy said, declining his offer, which seemed to strike a nerve. A creep like me? But why would you call me that? He whimpered. You're using a spell to make yourself popular, Lucy responded. Oh, don't be mad, my dear. It's all in good fun. I just wanted to feel like a celebrity at my own party. Can you blame me? He defended himself. This just proves that even famous wizards can be big idiots, Lucy retorted. You wish to join the Fairy Tail Guild, right? Salamander asked, getting Lucy excited. Have you ever heard of Salamander? One of Fairy Tail's wizards, he added. Well, yeah, you're telling me you're him? You're that Salamander? Lucy asked skeptically. That's right. And if you want to join, I can probably put in a good word for you, Salamander answered. Lucy was shocked. I would love to go to your party tonight, she said, getting close to him, but Salamander backed away politely. Wow, that was even easier than I thought it would be, he muttered. So, you really think you can get in? No kidding? Lucy asked excitedly. Well, I don't see why not. But you can't say anything about the charm spell, Salamander said. I won't say a word. Lucy replied. Good, then I'll see you at the party tonight, he said before his flames carried him away. You got it, Mr. Salamander, she shouted after him. He got me. I was pseudo-charmed. He's going to get me into Fairy Tail. I just have to try to be nice to the sleazebag until then, Lucy muttered, giggling. That was quite a meal, wasn't it, guys? Natsu chuckled. Yeah, you got that right, Naruto replied. Happy chirped. Hey look, do you think that boat is where that Salamander guy is having his party? Happy wondered. Natsu immediately looked like he was about to hurl. I'm going to hurl, Natsu mumbled, covering his mouth. Oh, come on, Natsu. It's not like we're joining or anything, Naruto assured him. That's Salamander's yacht, isn't it? A girl squealed. I wish I could have gotten into his party, another added. Who's Salamander? One asked. Whoa, you've never heard of him. He's a super famous wizard, and he's in town right now, the first girl answered. Yeah, and he's a member of Fairy Tail, the second girl added. Catching the attention of the trio, they all grew suspicious. Fairy Tail? Natsu and Naruto muttered in unison. Natsu looked over to the sea, where the yacht was, but immediately felt queasy again. So he's in Fairy Tail, is he? Natsu wondered, while Naruto's expression turned serious. He had a bad feeling about that Salamander. It's Lucy, right? That's a lovely name, Salamander complimented. Yeah, thanks, Lucy replied nonchalantly. I'd like to toast your beauty, he offered, snapping his fingers. Drops of wine rose into the air. Now, open wide, Lucy. Savor the taste of each drop as it comes closer, Salamander said, slowly moving the droplets toward her. Creepy, she thought. I'm strong, I can get through this, she thought confidently. Lucy stood up and flung the droplets away, refusing to drink. What do you think you're doing? I know what you're trying to do, you're trying to use sleep magic, Lucy deduced. Very impressive, my dear, he said, genuinely impressed. Look, I don't want to give you the wrong idea. Yes, I really want to join the Fairy Tale Guild, but I'm not going to date you to make that happen, Lucy stated firmly. Salamander chuckled again. You're quite a handful, aren't you? He said as a group of men entered, carrying girls who had succumbed to the sleep magic. What's going on here? Lucy asked nervously. Welcome aboard my ship, and you'd be wise to behave yourself until we make it to Bosco. Don't make me angry, Salamander warned, giving Lucy a sly smirk. We're going to Bosco? You said you'd get me into Fairy Tale. Lucy shouted in disbelief. Forget it. I just said that to lure you here and make you one of our slaves, Salamander responded. How could you? You're going to kidnap all of these girls? She shouted in disgust, while the men laughed sinisterly. That's our Salamander all right, one of the men boasted. We got a big haul this time, another added. Why you? Lucy yelled, pulling out her celestial gate keys, but Salamander struck her with his purple flames before she could fight back, knocking the keys from her hand. He caught them with a smirk. These are gate keys, so you're a celestial wizard. Only the wizard who is contracted can use this magic, so these are useless to me. Salamander said, tossing the keys out of the window and into the sea. Lucy gritted her teeth in despair as Salamander and his men chuckled. With teary eyes, she looked at her captors. You use magic to take advantage of others, you're the worst wizard alive, she hollered. Just then, two familiar figures crashed through the ceiling, Naruto and Natsu, shocking everyone, including Lucy, who felt a wave of relief. Hey, I know you too, Lucy said, giving them a wink. But as the yacht started moving again, Natsu nearly lost his lunch, much to Lucy's shock. I knew this was a bad idea, Natsu mumbled, covering his mouth. You are so lame, Lucy complained, and Naruto sighed. Hey, what are you doing here, Lucy? Happy asked, flying above the hole created by Naruto and Natsu. Oh Happy, this JRK tricked me, saying he would get me into Fairy Tale. Wait, since when do you have wings? Lucy asked. That can be answered later. Right now, we need to get you out of here. Happy, take Lucy and get out of here. I'll handle this, Naruto shouted. Aye. Happy replied, wrapping his blue tail gently around Lucy's waist and flying away. After them. We can't let them report this to the Magic Council, Salamander ordered. Wait, what about Naruto and Natsu? Lucy shouted. I can't carry 3 people. Besides, they'll be fine. Naruto is with him, Happy assured. Okay, Lucy said hesitantly. Prominence whip, Salamander hollered, sending a barrage of purple flame whips toward Lucy and Happy. That cat's quicker than he looks, Salamander remarked. Naruto grunted as he picked up a sick Natsu, swinging him over his shoulder and jumping off the yacht, landing on the water's surface. Most people would have sunk, but Naruto, being a ninja, could walk on water. Everyone was stunned. He can walk on water, boss, a man shouted in disbelief. What kind of magic is that? Salamander said, equally astonished. Natsu, still hanging over Naruto's shoulder, was also amazed. Naruto, you can walk on water? But how? He asked. There's no time to explain right now, we have to stop them, Naruto snapped. Lucy and Happy were equally impressed. That's so cool. Naruto can walk on water. I've never seen that kind of magic before, Lucy exclaimed. Yeah, it's cool, but there's one slight problem, Happy said, snapping Lucy back to reality. What? She shouted. My transformation's up, Happy replied, and his wings disappeared, causing them all to fall into the water. Lucy dove deep and spotted her celestial keys. My keys? Perfect. I can use Aquarius's power to push the boat back to shore, Lucy thought, swimming to retrieve the keys and resurfacing. Lucy chuckled. Hee, here we go. Open. Gate of the water barrier. Aquarius, Lucy chanted. A fish. Happy cheered. Not for you, Lucy snapped. That was awesome, Happy shouted. That's the power of the celestial wizard. Whenever I use my gate keys, I can summon spirits from another world to help me, Lucy explained. Listen, Aquarius, I want you to use your power to push that ship back into the port, Lucy commanded, but Aquarius shot her an angry glare. You're supposed to come from the spirit world to help me, not to give me attitude, Lucy said. I wouldn't make her any angrier, Lucy, Happy warned. Let's get something straight. The next time you even think about dropping my key, you're in trouble, Aquarius threatened. It won't happen again, Lucy and Happy replied fearfully. With that, Aquarius began collecting water in her urn before unleashing a powerful wave toward the yacht and the two boys. Natsu, are you okay? Naruto called, but received no response from the pink-haired dragon slayer. Naruto sighed. I guess I'll just have to push this yacht back to port, he resolved. Naruto pulled back his fist, gathering chakra, and prepared to punch the yacht. Luckily, he didn't have to when a giant wave of water splashed toward the yacht, creating a loud crash and carrying it back to shore, along with Naruto and Natsu, while also washing away Lucy and Happy. The wave sent the yacht all the way back to the port. What's the big deal? You didn't have to sweep me up with the ship. Lucy shouted angrily. Oh, that was an accident. I didn't mean to get the ship, Aquarius replied. Wait, that means you were aiming for? Lucy shouted even angrier. Don't call me for a while, I'm going on a week-long vacation with my boyfriend, and he's hot, Aquarius boasted. You don't have to rub it in. Lucy shouted back. I got it. If the fish lady gives you any more trouble, you can call me to take care of her. Happy assured. I don't think I can handle much more with this silly cat. Lucy said. Natsu. Naruto. Lucy called their names in relief as she ran toward them, but stopped. With the ship no longer moving, Natsu was finally able to fight. So you claim to be a member of the Fairy Tail Guild, Natsu said. So what's it to you? Go get them, men. Salamander ordered. Yes, sir, the men replied, albeit hesitantly. Let's take a closer look at your faces, Naruto said, while Natsu removed his red jacket, revealing the open black vest underneath. Natsu, Naruto. Lucy shouted. Don't worry about them. I should have told you this earlier, but Natsu's a wizard too. And so is Naruto, Happy assured, shocking Lucy. The men charged toward the two boys, attempting to land a hit, but were met with a powerful punch from Natsu and a full-force kick from Naruto. Though Naruto's fairy tail mark was hidden, the red Fairy Tail Guild mark on Natsu's right arm was visible. My name is Natsu, and this is my buddy Naruto. We're fairy tail wizards, and we've never seen you before. Natsu shouted angrily. Naruto chuckled. Well, technically I'm a ninja by the way, he added. Natsu looked at him and chuckled. You've got to be kidding me. So Natsu and Naruto are fairy tail wizards? Lucy exclaimed in disbelief. That mark on his arm. This guy's the real deal, Bora, one of his men said nervously. Don't call me that, you fool. Bora shouted frantically. I know him, that's Bora the Prominence. Rumor has it he was kicked out of the Titan Nose Guild because of his behavior, Happy explained. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but we're not going to let you tarnish the Fairy Tail Guild's name. Natsu declared. Naruto smiled and nodded in agreement. Are you ready to take them down, Naruto? Natsu grinned, bumping fists with him. You bet, Naruto replied with a smirk. And what are you going to do about it? Stop me? Prominence Typhoon. Bora yelled, unleashing a whirlwind of purple flames aimed directly at Natsu and Naruto. Natsu, Naruto. Lucy shouted, but Happy held her back as the fangirls ran away in fear. That's how it is. The bigger the talk, the weaker the men, Bora taunted. Ah, this is so gross. Are you sure you're a fire wizard? Because these flames are the strangest I've ever tasted, Natsu said, consuming the flames Bora threw, shocking everyone except Naruto and Happy. Happy, standing beside Natsu and unscathed, smirked. Thanks for the snack, poser, Natsu said, while Bora's men looked on in fear. Fire magic doesn't work on Natsu, Happy explained. I've never seen anything like that. Lucy said in awe. Now I've got a fire in my belly that's ready to burst. You ready, Naruto? Natsu said, bumping his fists together and preparing for his signature move, while Naruto formed quick hand signs for his own technique. Always am. Naruto replied, as both boys took a deep breath, ready to unleash their combined flames on their enemy. Fire Dragon, roar. Natsu shouted, releasing a torrent of flames just as Naruto unleashed his jutsu. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, he called out, sending a massive ball of fire towards Bora and his men, resulting in a huge explosion as their attacks collided. While the men were knocked out, Bora remained standing atop his purple flames. Hey Bora. I swear I've seen those guys before, the one with the pink hair and the scaly scarf, and the one with the spiky blonde hair and headband. There's no doubt about it, it has to be them, one of the men exclaimed, finally recognizing Naruto and Natsu. Salamander. And the fairy tail ninja? Lucy shouted in disbelief. I hope you guys are paying attention. This is what a fairy tale wizard can do. Here I come. Natsu said, leaping at them with his fists ablaze, while Naruto stayed back and observed. Red shower. Bora shouted frantically, unleashing droplets of purple flames at Natsu, who dodged them effortlessly and delivered a powerful punch. Naruto joined Lucy and Happy, who were watching the fight in awe, and smirked. So he eats fire and then attacks with it? But how does he do that? Is it some kind of spell? Lucy asked. He has dragon lungs that allow him to breathe fire, dragon scales that help him absorb the flames, and dragon claws for attacking with fire, Happy explained. His magic allows him to take on the qualities of a dragon. It's an ancient spell that's rarely used anymore. This particular magic was originally meant to deal with dragons, Happy added, leaving Lucy amazed. It's called Dragon Slayer magic. Igneel was the one who taught it to him, Happy concluded, shocking Lucy even more. Hey Naruto, what about that fire-breathing technique you did? How'd you do that? Lucy asked. Well, it's hard to explain. I don't use magic. In my world, it's called chakra. That fire style, fireball jutsu, requires chakra, like all jutsu do. To perform a jutsu, you need to do the correct hand signs, build up chakra inside your lungs while inhaling and then release it. But performing that jutsu requires a considerable amount of chakra and control, so it's quite complicated. There are many different types of fire-style jutsus. That was just one of them. You have to have fire chakra, either you're born with it or develop it over time. I possess all chakra elements due to a special power I received from the creator of Ninshu, known as the Sage of Six Paths, Naruto explained. Wow, that's amazing. It sounds very complicated, Lucy said in awe. So this chakra, is it like magic for you? She asked. Yep. But unlike magic, when a wizard is completely drained of their power, they just become weak and unable to fight. However, when a ninja is completely drained of chakra, it can be fatal, Naruto explained. Even though I've only been in this world for a week, I've taken on a lot of solo jobs and learned quickly about the wizarding world, he added, leaving Lucy in awe. What's with the scroll? I heard that when you take on jobs, you carry it everywhere, Lucy wondered. Well, it's basically for storage. Just in case I need to enter Sage mode in emergencies. Sage mode is where I gather nature chakra, which takes a long time to collect and requires me to sit still. Obviously, I can't do that during a battle. My enemy won't wait for me to power up. So, in this scroll, I keep shadow clones, solid copies of myself. They gather nature chakra for me in a safe place linked to this scroll. That way, when I need to enter Sage mode in emergencies, I have my scroll ready, Naruto explained further. Wow, the more you explain, the more I want to know about you, Lucy said. Naruto grinned. That's fine. I have no problem sharing more about myself, that is, when you join our guild. He smiled, causing Lucy to blush. Do people know about your powers? Lucy asked. Not really, not even Natsu and Happy. I've only taken on solo missions, so no one in the guild has witnessed my abilities. I rarely use jutsu because I haven't faced an enemy strong enough to require them. So, Happy, I bet this is the first time you've heard this too, huh? Naruto said, looking at the furry blue cat. Happy replied. I still find it amazing that you're from another world, Lucy said, and Naruto chuckled. But why aren't you fighting with Natsu? Lucy asked. Because this is a piece of cake. Natsu can handle this. He doesn't need my help, Naruto said confidently. Lucy giggled, thinking, wow, I would love to learn more about Naruto, his world, and his powers. I think I'm even starting to develop feelings for him. He is just so charming, much more so than that Bora creep. But she quickly snapped back to reality. Now that was a meal. Now I'm about to roast you like a smoked fish. Natsu warned. You're going to do what? Bora shouted in fear. Fire Dragon. Iron Fist. Natsu shouted, delivering a final blow that sent Bora flying toward the clock tower. Don't be silly, Natsu. Everyone knows you smoke food with smoke. Happy chirped. Wow, that was amazing. But he overdid it. Lucy cried. Naruto chuckled. Happy chirped again. Oh, shut it, cat, she snapped. The army? Lucy shouted as a battalion of rune knights marched into the port. Naruto gulped in fear, while Natsu quickly took Lucy's hand, and Naruto followed behind as they fled from the army. Oh no, we have to get out of here. Natsu shouted frantically. Where to? Lucy asked. Come on. You said you wanted to join the Fairy Tail Guild, didn't you? Natsu asked, surprising Lucy. Naruto chuckled from behind. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. He smiled at the two in front. Lucy and Natsu exchanged excited smiles. All right, they shouted together. Those Fairy Tail members have done it again. This time, they destroyed an entire port. A high-pitched voice complained. What is wrong with them? Another voice added. Yes, and I heard that new member of theirs, Naruto Uzumaki, was involved as well, Altair said. Uzumaki? He rarely causes destruction during his jobs, the chairman remarked. I'm actually quite fond of those dimwits and their carefree attitude. A handsome man with blue hair, dressed elegantly, said. His name was Seagrain. Yes, they may act foolishly, but let's not forget that they are also extremely capable, a short old man with thick gray eyebrows added. That's true, they present quite the quandary, a low voice said. As for Uzumaki, his powers and skills remain a mystery. We should keep a close eye on him, the chairman suggested. I think we should leave them be. After all, if it weren't for those fools, think how boring this world would be, Seagrain smirked. Welcome to Fairy Tale. Happy smiled brightly. Lucy grinned in excitement, staring at the bustling guild hall while the boys smirked at her enthusiasm. We made it back alive. Natsu yelled, kicking the two large doors open to reveal a lively crowd of people drinking, talking, and having fun. We're home. Naruto and Happy said cheerfully, and the crowd immediately erupted in excitement. Naruto looked over at Lucy, who was beaming with joy, unable to stop smiling. He couldn't help but smile back. So I heard you went all out in Harjin, Natsu. Had to go starting trouble ga. A man with buck teeth was cut off as Natsu kicked him angrily, sending him flying across the guild hall. Why did you do that? Lucy screamed, hiding behind a face-palming Naruto, who sighed. You lied about that salamander. I'm going to kick your butt. Natsu yelled, holding out his fist. Hey, don't blame me. I was just passing along a rumor I heard. The buck-toothed man retorted defensively. It was just a rumor? Natsu shouted, even more infuriated. Naruto sighed. Think about it, Natsu. Why would a gigantic fire-breathing lizard be walking around in Harjin so casually? Natsu turned back to face Naruto, frustrated. Seriously, Naruto? Just whose side are you on? Natsu growled, while Naruto looked back with a bored expression. Lucy could only gawk at the scene, still hiding behind Naruto. He turned to her and sighed. Hey, listen, Natsu, if it's a fight you're looking for, then a fight is what you're going to get, shouted the buck-toothed man, and as soon as those words left his mouth, chaos erupted in the guild. Oh boy, Naruto muttered, sweat trickling down his forehead as he glanced back at the shocked but excited Lucy still hiding behind him. He sighed again. Now, I think you need to Cal W. Happy shouted as several guild members collided with the little blue cat before he could finish his sentence. The once peaceful guild transformed into a wild brawl. Lucy peeked shyly over Naruto's left shoulder, her hands resting on his shoulders as she observed the fray. She still couldn't believe she was standing inside the strongest guild in all of Fiori. Well, Lucy, do you like what you see? Naruto asked, glancing at her. He flashed his trademark smile, causing Lucy to blush slightly. She gasped, why did I just blush? She wondered, but quickly shook it off and nodded happily at Naruto. He smiled back. Good, I'm glad you do. Wow, who would have thought the fairy tale ninja could be so nice? I expected him to be cold-hearted, but he's the complete opposite, she thought, snapping back to reality and returning the smile to her fellow blonde. You know, Naruto-kun, I never would have thought I'd be standing in the fairy tale guild hall. Lucy exclaimed, still in awe. Naruto chuckled. So Natsu finally made it back, huh? A raven-haired boy in only black boxers huffed. Lucy screamed and ducked down behind Naruto's shoulders. It's time we settle things once and for all, he declared, stomping toward the center of the brawl. Naruto watched, sweat dripping. That, my fellow blonde, is Gray Fullbuster, Fairy Tale's resident troublemaker, he explained nonchalantly. Hoo-hoo, Lucy stuttered as a sultry female voice rang out over the chaos. Gray, your clothes, she yelled. I don't have enough time for that. Gray shouted back, continuing his way into the fray. And that lovely girl is Kana, Fairy Tale's heaviest drinker, Naruto added, glancing back at Lucy, who peeked over his shoulders in shock as Kana lifted an entire barrel of beer and began chugging it. Naruto sighed as he began to walk across the guild hall, Lucy following closely behind. Come here and fight me, Natsu. Gray demanded. Not until you put some clothes on. Natsu retorted, still holding down another guild member. A tall, muscular man with white hair approached, ready to join the fray. It's already noon, and you boys are whining like spoiled babies, he chastised, crossing his arms over his chest. Lucy, still gripping Naruto's shoulder tightly, looked over at him. Hey, Naruto-kun, who is that? She asked. Naruto paused and looked to his side. Oh, don't worry about him. His name is Elfman, a muscular guy who believes all problems can be solved with strong fists, he explained. That's right, Naruto. I'm a real man. You want me to prove it to ya? Elfman shouted, raising his fist into the air. Wow, I can't believe he's encouraging them, Lucy said in awe, while Naruto chuckled. However, the brute soon found himself knocked back by Natsu and Gray, sending him flying across the room. They knocked him out that easily? Lucy exclaimed in shock. Naruto smirked and laughed. Yep. Geez, it's so noisy around here, huh? A smooth male voice said, catching the attention of both blondes. A pair of girls sat on either side of the man, who wore blue shades, a green jacket, and had orange hair. That is the charming Loke, ranked high on the most eligible wizard bachelors list, Naruto explained. Just then, a glass bottle flew over and hit Loke right on the forehead, earning gasps from the two girls. Are you all right? The girl on the left asked worriedly, while Loke wore an annoyed expression. Well, I'm gonna go fight, he said, giving them a thumbs up with a gleam in his eyes. Well, he's definitely off my list, Lucy said, crossing out Loke's face with a red pen and closing her apparent potential boyfriend list. Naruto noticed and giggled. You have a potential boyfriend list? That's too funny, he teased. Lucy shot him an irate look. Just what is wrong with these people? There's not one sane person in this whole place, well except for you, Narukuen, she pointed out. Hearing her words, Naruto burst into laughter. You're absolutely right, he replied, causing Lucy to blush. Hello, Naruto-kun. And who is the fellow blonde hiding behind you? A sweet, high-pitched voice asked, startling Lucy as she finally emerged from hiding. Naruto-niken. You're back. Another sweet voice chimed in. Oh, hey Mira-chan, hey Lisana-chan. By the way, this blonde here is Lucy. She wants to join Fairy Tail. Naruto introduced. Hey Luchan, do you know who this is? This is Mirajane, and this is her sister Lise Anna. It's Mira Jane. In the flesh. Lucy squealed. Naruto chuckled and smiled at Mira behind the counter. I guess she does, he said while Mira laughed. And you're her sister. You're just as pretty as your sister. Lucy exclaimed. Lise Anna smiled. Thanks, Luchan. So, don't you think we should try to stop them or something? Lucy suggested, pointing to the brawl. Nah, don't bother wasting your energy. This happens all the time. Most of the time, we just leave them be, Naruto replied, taking off his pack and scroll, setting them aside. He took a seat on a bar stool, with Lise Anna nodding in agreement. Yeah, just another normal day at Fairy Tail. Mira added, just as Elfman flew by, crashing into the barmaid. Lucy screamed, besides, it's kind of fun, don't you think? She said weakly before fainting, her spirit momentarily leaving her body. Don't worry, Mira Jane. Lucy shouted frantically. Ah, don't worry, Luchan, Mira-nichan won't die. Lise Anna chuckled just as Gray came crashing into Lucy. Natsu stood triumphantly in front of them, twirling Gray's underwear. Ah! Lucy screamed, covering her face, not wanting to see a man in such an embarrassing situation. Naruto sighed and turned back to the bar. Hey Mira? Could I get a bowl of ramen please? He asked. Mira giggled. Of course, Naruto-kun, she replied, heading over to prepare the noodles. Oh Nanin, always with the ramen. Lise Anna teased. Hey! There's nothing wrong with my ramen addiction, Naruto protested, defending himself as Lise Anna giggled. Excuse me, miss, could I borrow your underwear? Gray asked boldly. As if, she replied, swinging a bat at him. These people can be so insensitive, a woman has her needs. Loke swooped in, picking her up in a playful manner. But he was immediately punched by Elfman. Real men speak with their fists, Loke, he preached, raising his fist again, only to be kicked away by Natsu. I told you to butt out, he shouted. AI. Happy agreed. At the bar, Naruto could only sigh and watch the ridiculous brawl unfold. Here you go, Naruto-kun. One big bowl of miso pork ramen. Mira said, placing the bowl in front of him. Finally, thanks a lot, Mira-chan, he replied. No problem, Naruto-kun, she said. Lise Anna sighed, thinking, oh Nichan, you really need to cut back on the ramen. Ugh, it's so noisy. So much for a peaceful drink to relax. Enough, guys. I suggest you knock it off, Kana warned, pulling out one of her magic cards, causing a green magic circle to appear. Naruto noticed while sipping his soup. Oh boy, he muttered through his food. Oh yeah? Says who? Gray snapped back, slamming his fist into his palm and creating a white magic circle. Elfman raised his right arm, forming it into a stony hand, and Loke activated his magic with his ring, producing another green magic circle. You punks can be such a nuisance, he said angrily. Natsu ignited his fists with flames, ready to fight. I'm ready for ya, he declared. Lucy stared in fear. They always fight like this? She exclaimed, holding up Happy and looking at Naruto, who was still sipping his ramen. Happy replied. You don't seem worried. Lucy said, her voice trembling. Everything came to a halt when a giant, demonic creature stomped onto the wooden floor. Will you fools stop bickering like children? It demanded, causing everyone to freeze in surprise, while Lucy looked up at it in terror. He's huge. Lucy shouted. Naruto turned, lifting his head with a noodle still in his mouth, then casually waved and smiled. Oh, how's it going, old man? He said. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were still here, master. Mira said, apologizing. Did you say master? Lucy shouted, turning to face the being and Mira. Yep. Lise Anna replied casually. Natsu laughed. Man, talk about a bunch of babies. Looks like I won this round. Natsu stopped as the creature stomped toward him in annoyance, causing Lucy to jump in fear. Well, seems we have a new recruit, it said, looking at Lucy. Yes, sir, she exclaimed, jumping to stand beside Mira-Jane while Naruto finished his bowl of ramen. The being began to shrink until it transformed into a short, little old man with a giant mustache. Lucy stared in shock as the imposing creature became a small old man. "Nice to meet ya," the master greeted. "He's tiny," Lucy said. Naruto chuckled. "Believe it or not, that's the master of the Great Fairy Tale Guild," he replied. Lucy turned to Naruto, then back to the old man. "Seriously? This little guy is really in charge here?" she asked in disbelief. "Allow me to introduce the guild's master, Makarov," Mira said. Makarov jumped up, heading upstairs, but not before hitting his head on the ceiling and bouncing back down to sit on the railing. The guild members looked up at their master, frowning, while Naruto remained at the bar, looking bored. "You've done it again. You bunch of clods. Just take a look at how much paperwork the Magic Council sent me this time. This is the biggest pile of complaints yet. Have you lost your minds? All you kids are good for is getting the higher-ups mad at me." "Ugh." Makarov growled in frustration. The guild members frowned, looking disappointed, while Lucy stared worriedly. "However, I say to heck with the Magic Council," Makarov declared, setting the pile of paper on fire and tossing it over to Natsu, who eagerly devoured the flames. Lucy watched in awe. "Now listen up. Any power that surpasses reason still comes with reason, right? Magic, or jutsu in Naruto's case, isn't some miraculous power. It's a talent that only works when the flow of energy inside us and the energy from the natural world are in perfect synchronization. To perform magic or jutsu, one must have a strong mind and the ability to focus. If we only worry about following the rules, our magic or jutsu will never progress. Don't let those bureaucrats on the council scare you. Follow what you believe in, because that's what makes the Fairy Tale Guild #1. Makarov said triumphantly, holding up the trademark fairy tale hand sign, with every member of the guild doing the same. Lucy looked over to see Naruto doing it as well, and she grinned widely. "Now you're an official member of the Fairy Tale Guild," Mira said, stamping the fairy tale mark in pink onto Lucy's top right hand. Lucy squealed and rushed over to Natsu, showing off her new mark. "Hey Natsu! Mira-Jane just put the official fairy tale mark on my hand," she exclaimed excitedly. "Oh yeah? That's cool, welcome to the guild, Looney," Natsu said nonchalantly, accidentally calling her the wrong name. "The name's Lucy," she snapped. From afar, Naruto, Mira, and Lise Anna laughed and giggled. "Man, she is really excited, isn't she?" Naruto smiled. Mira giggled. "She sure is. Make sure you pick one with a big reward, Natsu." Happy reminded. "Whoa! 160,000 jewels just to deal with some thieves," Natsu exclaimed excitedly as he read the job request. "Sounds good to me." Happy agreed. "Why hasn't my dad come back yet?" a young boy's voice asked, catching Makarov's attention and that of Naruto and Natsu. The two looked at him with concern. "You're starting to work my nerves, Romeo. You're a wizard's son. Have faith in your father and wait patiently," Makarov replied. But Romeo's worry only deepened. "But sir, he told me he'd be back in 3 days. It's been over a week," he burst out. Lucy noticed the growing concern in Romeo's eyes. "If I remember correctly, he took a job on Mount Hakob," Makarov said. "That's right. It's not that far from here, so why hasn't anyone gone to look for him?" Romeo shouted. "Listen, kid, your dad is a wizard, and like every wizard in this guild, he can take care of himself," Makarov responded. Naruto and Natsu exchanged glances, while Mira and Lucy listened intently. "Now go home, have some milk and cookies and wait," Makarov insisted. "Jerry," Romeo shouted, punching Makarov in frustration. "I hate you all," he yelled as he stormed out the door. "That must be tough," Lucy said sympathetically. "I know it sounds like the master doesn't care, but he really is worried," Mira added. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the guild. Natsu grabbed his bag and rushed outside. "Hey, what was that for? You almost broke the board," Nab complained. Lucy glanced at Natsu, noticing Naruto getting up, his eyes shadowed by his bangs. He grabbed his scroll and pack, following Natsu out the door. Makarov sighed. "Oh great, you know how they can be. I bet they're heading up to Mount Hakob to save Mikao," Nab said. "When will they ever grow up?" the buck-toothed man wondered. "Who knows? Going after Mikao isn't going to do anything except hurt his pride," Nab added. "Remember, Nab, we can't choose another's path. Just let them be," Makarov replied. "Why did Naruto and Natsu get so upset?" Lucy asked worriedly. "Probably because those two and Romeo have a lot in common. They see themselves in. Just because we're members of Fairy Tail doesn't mean we don't have our own personal issues. We've all faced our share of suffering and loss," Mira explained. Romeo wandered the streets, sobbing, until he felt a hand ruffle his hair. He looked up to see the pink-haired dragon slayer walk past him, followed closely by Naruto, who also ruffled his hair. Naruto gave a reassuring thumbs up and flashed his trademark grin. Romeo smiled through his tears. Thank you, Natsuki, Naruto-niken, he whispered to himself. Ugh, why did you come with us? Natsu asked weakly. Oh, I thought maybe I could help. Wow, you really do have a serious case of motion sickness. Just another reason to feel sorry for you, Lucy said sympathetically. What's that supposed to mean? Natsu whimpered. Oh, nothing, Lucy replied, while Naruto chuckled. Come on, Naruto. Can that yang seal of yours cure motion sickness? You said it heals and cures anything. Natsu whined. I've never tried it on motion sickness. To be honest, I've only used the yang seal for injuries, Naruto replied. Oh come on, Natsu. Mount Hakob isn't that far away. We'll be there in no time. Happy reassured. Well, I suppose I could try Fuinjutsu. Maybe I can perform a sealing jutsu that seals away your motion sickness, but I'm not sure if that'll work either, Naruto said. Just try to cure me with the yang seal. Please hurry. Natsu pleaded. Naruto sighed. Okay. Just as he was about to reach out his right hand, Lucy asked, Hey, what's the yang seal? It's a seal on Naruto's right hand that looks like a sun. Show her, Naruto. Happy encouraged. Here look. Sorry, Natsu, wait just a moment, Naruto said, holding up his right palm to reveal the yang seal he received from the Sage of Six Paths. Lucy looked in awe. Wow. This is the yang seal. There's also a yin seal, Naruto said, holding up his left palm to show the yin seal he got from Sasuke. This is the yin seal. Wow, and what do these do? Lucy asked again. Well, the yang seal has the ability to heal anything, even life-threatening injuries or diseases. It can cure and heal anything, and it allows me to enter Sage of Six Paths mode, Naruto explained as he placed his yang seal on Natsu. Wow, what about the yin seal on your left hand? Lucy inquired. The yin seal allows me to activate the Rinnegan, Naruto answered. So, is it working, Natsu? How do you feel? Naruto asked. It's really working. I feel great. Take off your palm. Natsu shouted excitedly, immediately sitting up. Naruto did as he was told and slowly removed his hand. Well, is it working? He asked. Natsu nodded and smiled. Yeah. So I guess your yang seal can even cure motion sickness. This is awesome. Thanks, Naruto, he exclaimed. Naruto chuckled. Wow, do you mind telling me what the Rinnegan is? Lucy asked, still curious about Naruto. It is the strongest dojutsu, or eye technique, with the Sharingan being second and the Byakugan third, Naruto explained, activating his Rinnegan. Wow, then what is Sage of Six Paths mode? Lucy asked. Ugh, Lucy, give him a break. Stop asking so many questions. Happy interjected. Shut it, cat. Lucy shouted. Naruto laughed. It's fine. This happened too when I first came to Fairy Tail, so I will gladly explain again. Lucy smiled and leaned in to listen. Naruto went on, explaining everything about ninja concepts, everything there is to know, and even telling her about the tailed beasts sealed inside him. He shared everything, just like he did when he first joined the guild. When he finished, Lucy was left stunned. Wow, was all she could manage to say. Naruto chuckled as Lucy began to think back to when Mirajane told her about Natsu and Naruto's past. She felt a mix of shock and sympathy for both of them. Flashback. Many years ago, Natsu's father left and never came back. Well, technically it wasn't his real father, but the one who raised him. He was actually a dragon. Mira began explaining the difficult pasts of the two boys. While Lise Anna looked down sadly, Lucy exclaimed in disbelief, Natsu was really raised by a dragon. Mira nodded and explained, when he was a little boy, a dragon found him wandering around the forest. The dragon took him in and taught him all about language, culture, and magic, but one day, the dragon disappeared and never returned. Mira's voice turned somber. So, that dragon must have been Igneel. Lucy said. That's right, and Natsu lives for the day when he'll finally see Igneel again, Mira added. Wow, what about Naruto? Lucy asked. Lise Anna replied, the reason why Naruto was so upset was that he never had parents and never felt a parent's love. Lucy gasped. In fact, Naruto's parents were killed on the night he was born, Mira added, shocking Lucy even more. Naruto's parents died protecting him and saving the village, Lise Anna continued. He was alone as a child, no father, no mother, no siblings, no grandparents, completely alone and hated by his village. They called him a demon and treated him cruelly for something he couldn't control. Lucy was taken aback. Naruto has something sealed inside of him, something that caused great pain to his village. The villagers didn't see him as a person, they saw him as the being that destroyed their loved ones. In my opinion, Naruto's childhood is the most painful and sorrowful. Mira's words brought tears to Lucy's eyes. And yet, Naruto never gave up. He forgave his village, protected it, cherished it, and set goals for himself. He made friends he cared about and fought alongside them during battles. But what's even more heartbreaking is that just as he was about to achieve peace in the ninja world, a villain sent him here to Earthland, taking away his home and friends. Still, Naruto never gave up. He settled in, moved on, and decided to use his ninja skills to bring real peace and justice to our world. I have to say, Naruto is one of a kind, Mira said with a sad smile. Flashbackins. Wow, even after all that suffering, you would think he would be distant, serious, and cold-hearted, but it's the complete opposite. He is so kind, thoughtful, brave, and persistent. It's hard not to admire him, Lucy thought. She looked over at Naruto, who still wore that bright, warm smile, though she knew it was a mask to cover his pain. The wagon finally came to a stop. It looks like we're here, Naruto said. Happy cheered. Alright, I'm all fired up. Natsu exclaimed, kicking the back doors open. I'm sorry, but this is as far as I can take you, the wagon driver said as Natsu danced around in the wagon. The two blondes peered out into the snowy blizzard, with Naruto observing their surroundings. Where are we, you two? Lucy shouted frantically. It's a wasteland. Lucy exclaimed. Why is it so cold? I know it's a snow mountain, but it's summer. There shouldn't be a blizzard, she continued, hugging herself to keep warm. That's what you get for wearing light clothing, Natsu teased. Oh please, you're not dressed for it either. Now hand over the blanket. Lucy demanded, trying to pull the red blanket Natsu was carrying. Naruto sighed. She just keeps talking, huh? Natsu said. Naruto took off his red sage coat and gently wrapped it around Lucy, who gasped in surprise. Naruto. Lucy mumbled, looking into his blue eyes. Here, you can wear it for now. And Natsu, just give her the blanket, Naruto instructed. Natsu sighed and tossed the blanket to Naruto, who caught it perfectly. Are you sure, Naruto? I don't want you to catch a cold, Lucy asked. Naruto smiled. It's fine. Just make sure to return it to me. That sage coat is very important to me. Wow, he is such a gentleman. Lucy thought, blushing. Okay, thanks, Naruto, she said as she began putting on the red sage coat, which was quite large for her. It fit Naruto perfectly since he was muscular and tall, but for Lucy, it was quite oversized. Wow, this sage coat is really big, Lucy thought, looking at herself. But it's comfortable and I can feel the warmth. Plus, it has his ramen-flavored scent, Lucy smiled. And here, if that's not enough, Naruto said, wrapping Natsu's red blanket around Lucy as well. Lucy blushed again and smiled back. He is so nice. And if that's not enough. Naruto paused, then picked Lucy up and gently slung her onto his back, allowing her to wrap her arms around his shoulders. This should keep her warm. My body is always warm, thanks to the demon fox, and I've never caught a cold either. Kurama, sensing the moment, chuckled. You know, kid, you're pretty lucky to have me inside you, he smirked. Oh, shut up, furball, before you make the others jealous, Naruto replied, amused. Aichin, was the fox's only response. Lucy was blushing fiercely. There, warm enough for you? Naruto asked playfully, smiling. Lucy nodded happily and nestled against his warm back, her cheek resting on his shoulder. Naruto chuckled and continued on, picking up his scroll and swinging the strap across his body while still carrying Lucy. Hee, my scroll is the perfect thing for Lucy to sit on, he thought. Naruto then set his pack aside, reached behind to his ninja tool pouch, and took out a scroll. Carefully crouching down, he made sure not to let Lucy lean over his head or slip. Naruto opened the scroll, placed his pack on the strange writings, performed hand signs, and called out, sealing technique. The pack vanished in a puff of smoke, and Naruto closed the scroll, returning it to his pouch. Now I don't have to worry about carrying another backpack. Naruto smiled and Lucy returned the smile. Natsu and Happy looked over and sighed. Naruto is way too nice. Lucy should have brought her own blanket and should be walking on her own. Natsu said. Happy agreed. Shut up, Natsu. Lucy snapped, peering over Naruto's shoulder. Naruto, put her down. She needs to walk on her own. Natsu demanded. No, please don't, Naruto. Your back is so warm and comfy. Lucy begged, intentionally sinking deeper into Naruto's back. Natsu growled and turned away. Lazy girl, he muttered. Happy said. Hey, I heard that. Lucy shouted. While Naruto only smiled shyly, Lucy asked, by the way, where did the backpack go? I sealed it inside the scroll so I don't have to carry it, Naruto replied. What kind of crazy job would force Mikao to come to a place like this? Lucy inquired. You should have asked that before you came with us. He went to slay a Vulcan. It's a big monster, Natsu said, crossing his arms. Lucy whimpered as the four continued to walk along the mountain edge. Mikao, where are you? Natsu shouted, along with Happy and Naruto. Suddenly, a giant Vulcan came crashing down from the sky, nearly landing on Natsu. Fortunately, he managed to dodge just in time, along with Happy. It's a big Vulcan. Happy shouted frantically. Naruto rushed over to check on Natsu and Happy. Guys, are you okay? He asked. Lucy looked around and upon seeing the giant Vulcan, gasped in fright. Thyro-kun, she trembled, pointing at the Vulcan. Naruto glanced over. Man, that is a big Vulcan, he said, frowning. I sense something familiar from it. Just in case, I don't think we should fight on the mountain edge, it may be too dangerous. All we have to do is knock it out with a powerful punch. I should let Natsu handle it since I don't want to fight with someone on my back, Naruto thought carefully. The Vulcan noticed Lucy and seemed intrigued. It chuckled. I hope you're ready to kick butt, Naruto. Natsu said, punching his fists together. You bet. Naruto replied. Natsu, can you do something for me? I can't fight since I have to carry Lucy, but I know you can handle it. Why don't you just put her down? It's not like she's in any real danger, Natsu suggested. Oh come on, that wouldn't be nice. I can't just leave a girl vulnerable like that, Naruto said, causing Lucy to smile. Fine, what do you want me to do then? Natsu asked. Naruto smirked. I want you to hit that Vulcan so hard that you send it through the mountain. I finally get to hit something and no problem. Natsu grinned, igniting his fist with flames and preparing to attack the Vulcan. Fire Dragon! Iron Fist! Natsu shouted, delivering a powerful punch that sent the Vulcan crashing through the wall and into what appeared to be an ice cavern. As they entered, instead of finding an unconscious Vulcan, they discovered a familiar man in his 30s with blue hair lying on the icy ground. Everyone except Naruto was shocked. Mikao! Natsu shouted, sprinting over to him. I knew it, I knew that Vulcan was him, Naruto said, walking over with Happy beside him and Lucy still clinging to Naruto's shoulders. What? You mean to tell me that that perverted monkey was your friend? Lucy exclaimed in disbelief. Naruto nodded. Wait, Naruto, you knew? That's why you told me to send him through the mountain. If we had fought him outside, we could have sent him over the edge, possibly hurting Mikao. You just wanted me to knock him unconscious, didn't you? Natsu deduced. Yes, Naruto replied, slowly. Crouching down to let Lucy off his back, though she pouted in disappointment. Ah man, but Naruto-kun's back was so warm. Can you heal him, Naruto? Natsu asked, looking up at him. Naruto knelt down, reaching out his right palm to Mikao, who lay flat on his back, still out cold. Of course, Naruto replied. Why did Mikao turn into that Vulcan? Lucy asked. Vulcans survive by taking over people's bodies, they're evil body snatchers. Happy explained. It looks like he put up a pretty good fight before that Vulcan got to him, though. Naruto began healing Mikao, closing every bruise, cut, and wound with his Yang Seal. Lucy watched in awe. Wow, amazing! The Yang Seal is healing Mikao so fast. It's like nothing even scratched him, she thought. After Mikao was healed, he slowly opened his eyes to find 3 teens and a familiar blue cat staring at him. Natsu? Happy? And is that you, Naruto? Mikao asked, a little surprised. Naruto smiled brightly. You sure gave us a scare back there. Wow, most of the time I do my jobs alone. I'm so pathetic. I defeated 19 of those brutes, but the 20th is the one that got me. I'm so angry with myself. I'm embarrassed to go home and face Romeo, Mikao said. Don't be like that. Come on, you beat 19 monsters. Natsu encouraged, while Naruto smirked. No way. There were 20 of those monsters, and he took on the job all by himself? Lucy exclaimed, to which Naruto chuckled. You bet. Natsu extended a helping hand and smiled. Now let's go home. Your little boy has been waiting for you. Mikao took Natsu's hand and helped himself up, smirking. They're amazing. I can't even begin to compare with them, Lucy thought, smiling to herself. Why are you grinning like that? It's creepy. Happy teased, which annoyed Lucy. I'll show you creepy. Watch your back, she threatened playfully. Naruto laughed heartily. All right now, isn't it time to go home? The 3 looked at Naruto and smiled. Yeah, let's go, they replied. A voice echoed in Romeo's mind. Fairy tale wizards are a joke, Romeo. Yeah, everybody knows they're just a bunch of drunken cowards. Another voice chimed in, making Romeo ponder if there was any truth to their words. I'm going to be a knight when I grow up, not some dumb wizard, he thought, feeling sad. Yeah, they're dirty and they smell like booze. Romeo began to sob, rubbing his eyes and wiping away his tears until a cheerful voice called out, making him look up. Hey, Romeo. Natsu's voice rang out as he, Naruto, Lucy, Mikao, and Happy walked into view, with Mikao draping an arm around Natsu's shoulder and giving his son a sheepish smile. Romeo gasped, tears returning as he dashed into Mikao's arms. Dad, he shouted, while the 3 teens looked on and smiled. You came back. I'm so sorry, Dad. Romeo apologized. No, I'm sorry for making you worry, Mikao replied. I can handle it because I'm a wizard's son. Romeo reassured him. As Natsu and Happy walked off, Naruto and Lucy stayed behind to watch the tearful reunion. Next time those bullies pick on you, here's what I want you to say. Can your old man defeat 19 monsters all by himself? Because mine can. Mikao said, smiling. Romeo grinned widely as the three teens began walking off into the sunset. He turned back and yelled, Natsun, Naruto Niken. Happy. Thanks for your help. Romeo said. No problem. Natsu replied. Anytime, Romeo. Naruto added, waving to him. Lucy. Thank you for helping them bring my dad back to me. Romeo called out again. Lucy continued walking but paused before stepping into the sunlight. She turned back to Romeo and offered him a warm smile. July 4th was a sunny day, followed by a blizzard, but it ended up sunny again. I'll admit, the people in Fairy Tail are a bit wild, but they're all so kind-hearted, friendly, and fun to be around. I know I'm still a newcomer, but I already feel it. I love this guild. Lucy thought as the four of them ran toward the guild's main doors, where everyone was waiting for their fellow guild members' return. Chapter end. Hi, my name is Lucy, a real-life wizard. I live in a beautiful city named Magnolia, a magnificent place filled with magic and opportunity. Go right through the center of the town, past the lovely Cardia Cathedral, and you'll find the city's only magical guild, Fairy Tail. I live in a cute little house, a real steal at 70,000 jewels a month. Trust me, I love everything about it, from the tub to all the floor space, to the amazing closets. Not to mention the adorable fireplace and stove. It's just darling. But what I love most about it is... Lucy exclaimed, her thoughts interrupted. My bedroom. Lucy shouted, spotting Natsu and Happy sitting on the couch, enjoying food as if it were their own home. Lucy was quite bothered by this. Get out of here, you jerks. Lucy demanded angrily, giving the two a playful shove that sent them stumbling against the wall. Naruto was passing by Lucy's apartment when he heard the commotion and felt a wave of concern. He always passed by her place on his way to the guild from his own apartment. He rushed in, flinging open the front door. Lucy, are you okay? I heard you yell, and I got a little worried. Is everything all right here? Naruto asked, his voice filled with concern. Lucy turned and blushed. Naruto-kun, she yelped, quickly covering herself with a towel. Oh no! Naruto-kun saw me like this. At that moment, Lucy felt her face heat up. Noticing her embarrassment, Naruto's gaze dropped, and he blushed as well. Natsu? Happy? What are you two doing here? Do you know this is Lucy's apartment? He asked, trying to regain his composure. Well, we heard that Lucy had gotten a new place and came to check it out, Natsu replied innocently. Naruto sighed. What are you doing here, Naruto? Happy asked. Well, I was heading to the guild and passed by Lucy's place. When I heard her yell, I got worried, so I came in to see if she was okay. Turns out it was just you two, Naruto said sheepishly. Oh, Naruto-kun, always so nice. I wouldn't mind him staying over, Lucy thought with a giggle. Sorry for barging in, Lucy. I'll head over to the guild hall now. See ya. Naruto said, starting to leave when he felt delicate hands wrap around his arms, pulling him back inside. No, it's okay, Naruto-kun. You can stay. I don't mind. Lucy said, blushing. Natsu and Happy exchanged knowing glances and leaned in to whisper quietly so Lucy and Naruto wouldn't hear. Man, look at her. She obviously has a huge crush on Naruto, Natsu whispered. Happy replied. Naruto hesitated but couldn't turn down such an offer, so he obliged and stepped back inside. Okay, thanks, Luchan, he said, smiling sheepishly. Lucy blushed at the nickname. By the way, why were you two in my apartment? She shouted, turning to Natsu and Happy. We just came over to check out your new place, Natsu said innocently. Well, what you call checking out, I call barging in. Lucy exclaimed. The two whimpered. Naruto sighed, leaning against the wall. And I'm pretty sure the police would call it breaking and entering, Lucy added. Natsu approached her with a sad expression. Come on, we were just trying to be friendly, he said. This is a serious invasion of my privacy, Lucy muttered. Nice place you got here, Happy said, scratching his claws on the wall where Naruto was leaning. Let's try to keep it that way, alright? Lucy said frantically. Hey, what's all this? Natsu wondered, picking up a pile of papers. Lucy gasped and rushed over, kicking him away and snatching the papers back. So you just kicked me in the face? Over nothing? Natsu said, a comical bump forming on his forehead. Yeah, well maybe I will. Lucy replied. Now would you please just go home? She begged. Oh, but your place is way more exciting. Natsu protested. I hate boys. Lucy exclaimed. Mama, that hurts my feelings, Luchan. You hate me too. Naruto said, feigning sadness. Lucy gasped and rushed over to Naruto, hugging him tightly. No. It's not like that, she insisted. Man, Lucy, you're so mean, Happy said. It's not like that. Lucy protested, hugging Naruto tighter as he looked down inside. Look, I just moved and I'm not ready for guests, so how about you two just drink your teas, say thanks, and get out, got that? Lucy said firmly. Talk about cold-hearted, Natsu muttered. Ice cold, Happy added. Watch it, cat. Lucy warned. Naruto was still leaning against the wall, watching the three with a bemused expression. Hey, Naruto-kun, why don't you join us? Can I get you something? Lucy suggested. I'm fine, but thanks, Luchan, Naruto replied politely. Oh, I know. Why don't you show me, Happy, and Naruto all those weird little key guys that you like to collect? Natsu suggested, excitement evident in his voice, catching Naruto's attention as well. For your information, they're called celestial spirits, Lucy corrected. How many of these celestial spirits do you have contracts with? Happy asked. 6 so far. Not to brag or anything, but I even have different types. The silver keys are the ones you can find in magic shops. I've got Horologium the clock, Crux the Southern Cross, and Lyra the harp. The gold ones are super rare, there are 12 total, and they open the gates of the zodiac. I've got Taurus the golden bull, Aquarius the water barrier, and Cancer the giant crab, Lucy explained proudly. Oh my god, a crab! Natsu exclaimed, drooling. And giant crab legs. Happy added, also drooling. Naruto facepalmed. Why do you guys always think about food? He sighed. Hey, aren't you the fine one to talk? You're the one with the ramen addiction. Natsu snapped back. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a ramen addiction. Naruto replied, finally stepping away from the wall and heading over to the trio, bumping foreheads with Natsu. Yeah, but I've never met anyone who is as obsessed with food as these two, Lucy said. You haven't seen Naruto yet. He can eat 5 bowls of ramen. He is a ramen addict. Happy said casually. Shut up, Happy. Naruto snapped. Happy held his paws up in defeat. That reminds me, I need to make a contract with the key I bought in Harjin, Lucy said. I don't suppose you'd be interested in seeing how a celestial wizard makes a contract with a celestial spirit. Lucy exclaimed. Natsu and Happy gasped. I hope it's not something gruesome. Happy whispered. Well, it sounds like a hassle to me. Natsu whispered. I can hear you, so leave my troubles out of this, Lucy said. Naruto walked over and playfully tapped Natsu and Happy on their heads, making them quiet down. Hey, what was that for, Naruto? Natsu shouted. Lucy giggled. Naruto smiled at Lucy. Sure. We would love to see you make a contract with a celestial spirit, he assured her. Okay then. Watch closely. Lucy said, pulling out the silver key. I call upon thee. In the world of the celestial spirits, I beckon you to my side at once. Pass through the gate. Lucy commanded. A bright light shone. Open. Gate of the Canis Minor. Nikora, she chanted, the sound of a doorbell ringing as a magic circle formed and a small white creature, resembling a snowman with a carrot-like nose, appeared. Natsu and Happy looked on in shock. Nice try, they said. Shut up. I meant to do that. Lucy shouted. The Nikora trembled nervously, and Naruto was clearly charmed by its cuteness. It's so cute, he said. Huh, you think it's cute? Natsu said, surprised. I know, right? Lucy said, picking it up and cuddling it. You think so? Natsu muttered. It doesn't take much to summon these guys, so a lot of celestial wizards actually keep them as pets. Lucy explained while Naruto continued to admire the adorable creature. You know, this whole pet thing doesn't sit well with me, Happy whispered. Not with a master like Lucy here, Natsu whispered. My name is Lucy, and I can still hear you, Lucy said irritably. Naruto sighed and walked over, playfully tapping them on the heads again. Naruto, stop doing that to us. Natsu demanded. Go on, Lucy. Sorry about them. They can be so insensitive sometimes. Naruto smiled sheepishly, and Lucy giggled again. Naruto sure knows how to keep them in line, she thought. Well, let's start working on our contract. Are you free Mondays? Lucy asked, holding out a small notepad while Naruto leaned in to observe the contract being made. The Nikora shook its head. Tuesdays? Lucy tried again, and this time the Nikora nodded while Natsu and Happy stared. Man, this is boring, Natsu muttered. Naruto heard and shot Natsu a glare, causing him to quiet down. Great. Well, that just about does it. Lucy said as the Nikora jumped up in excitement. That was pretty easy, Happy said, perched on Natsu's shoulder next to Naruto. Yep, Natsu agreed. It may seem silly to you, but it's really important. You see, a celestial wizard's contract relies on the promise made between the wizard and the spirit, which is why I make it a point to always keep my promises. Got it? Lucy said. Oh yeah, Natsu replied, and Naruto smiled. You know, Lucy, Naruto began, catching her attention, and she looked over at him. My ninja way? Naruto continued. Lucy shook her head. My ninja way is to never go back on my word. I always keep my promises and I'll never give up, because that's my ninja way, Naruto said, smiling nostalgically. Lucy smiled back. Great. I just need to come up with a name, Lucy said. Isn't it Nikora? Happy asked. No, that's the species. Oh, I know. Lucy exclaimed, and the three looked back in confusion. Come here, Plu. Lucy said, holding her arms out. Plu, huh? Natsu and Happy said uncertainly. I think that's a great name, Luchan. Naruto said, smiling. I know. It's the cutest name ever. Right, Plu? Lucy said, hugging the little creature. Are you sure he's okay with that? Natsu asked. Why wouldn't he be? Lucy inquired. So even though it says it's a little dog, he doesn't bark? That's kind of odd, Happy said. Well, I don't hear you meowing over there, buddy, Lucy retorted. You know, now that I think about it, Naruto has whiskers like a dog or a cat too. Happy said, flying over to Naruto and gently tugging on his whiskers. Oh yeah, and with that wild hair of yours, you kind of look like a fox. Natsu said, observing Naruto's whiskers. Naruto chuckled. Funny, because I remember having an oversized red fox and an oversized blue jaguar sealed inside of me, Naruto thought, entering his mindscape where the tailed beasts resided within him. Matatabi and Kurama chuckled. What, Kit, you got a problem? Kurama asked. Naruto held his hands up in defense. Hey, I never meant it that way, he said. Matatabi and the other tailed beasts laughed as Naruto exited the mindscape, returning to reality. What's he doing? Lucy asked as Plu danced around. Oh man, you're right about that, Plu. Natsu said, giving the little white creature a thumbs up. You can understand him? Lucy and Naruto shouted in disbelief. Natsu looked at Lucy, then at Naruto, not realizing he was a little too close. Naruto backed away, pushing Natsu away from him. What is your deal? Naruto asked. Alright then, it's settled. You three are going to be part of the team, Natsu declared. The team? Happy chirped. Your team? Lucy asked curiously. Happy said. Yep, even though everybody in the guild is allied with one another, some members that get along really well together form teams within the guild, Naruto explained. That way, a job that would be hard to complete alone can be done by a team. Happy added. Team? What do you think, guys? Naruto asked, once again entering his mindscape. Up to you, Kit, Kurama said before Naruto exited the mindscape once again. Awesome. Let's do it. Lucy said. Natsu smirked. What do you think, Naruto? I know you've been taking on solo missions, but how about joining a team? Natsu suggested. Naruto thought carefully before smirking. Sure. A team, he said as the three teens made a unique handshake. Cool. So you guys will work with us? Natsu asked. Naruto nodded while smirking. You have my word. Lucy said. Then let's get to work. Natsu said, holding up a job request and showing it to Naruto and Lucy. I've got our first job, happening right here. Natsu said, dangling the job request in front of the two blondes' faces. Cool. Awesome. Naruto said and Lucy squealed. It's all happening so fast, she exclaimed. It's so cool. I'm actually on the same team as the famous salamander and the renowned fairy tale ninja. She thought, snatching the job request while Natsu turned around with a mischievous grin on his face. Let me see what you got there, she said. Naruto was really excited. He hadn't been on a team since Team Kakashi, but his excitement quickly faded as he read through the job request. So it's in Shiratsum, huh? No way. 200,000 jewels just to take a book from some rich guy named Duke Everlue? She exclaimed as she continued reading. However, Naruto's expression turned nervous. Luchan, he called out, trying to warn his fellow blonde, but Lucy was too excited to pay attention. Naruto gulped hard. Oh boy, he thought. Kurama and all the other tailed beasts inside him burst into laughter. Oh man. Poor girl. He teased while Naruto looked on. Should be a piece of cake, right? Natsu said, grinning. Please note, Everlue is a rather unsavory character who is currently looking for maids with blonde hair? Lucy read in disbelief. Naruto sighed and glanced at Natsu and Happy before looking back at Lucy, who was shocked. We know a blonde-haired girl. In fact, we know a blonde-haired guy as well. Natsu said. And I bet we can find her a maid's uniform. Happy chimed in. Naruto sighed. Poor Lucy, he said, placing a sympathetic hand on her shoulder. Why you sneaky little, that's not fair. Lucy shouted, burying her face into Naruto's jacket-covered chest and sobbing comically. Naruto sighed. I guess I can help her out with the transformation technique, but I don't know, he thought. It's a good thing celestial wizards never go back on their word, because now you're stuck with us. Natsu teased. But you tricked me! Lucy shouted, lifting her face from Naruto's chest. Oh, lighten up, will ya? Now try getting into character and address Happy here as your master, Natsu said. No way. Ah darn, did somebody take that book-stealing gig? Levi, a petite girl with blue hair, wondered disappointedly. That one paid 200,000. Levi added. Sorry, I guess Natsu, Naruto and Lucy got to it first, Mira said. Levi sighed. I really could have used that money. Don't despair, it's probably for the best, Levi. It's changed, Makarov said. What do you mean? Levi asked. I was just contacted by the client concerning that job, Makarov continued. Oh, did they cancel it? Mira asked. No, quite the opposite. In fact, it's been increased, it's now 2 million, Makarov finished. 2 million jewels? Levi shouted in shock. They'd pay that much for some silly book? Droy said. That's almost like fighting monsters kind of pay. Jet added. Did they give any reason why? Mira asked. It sounds like this job just got interesting, Gray smirked. Gray? Nice boxers. Mira teased, causing Gray to scream as he realized his only clothing was his underwear. Are you enjoying your carriage ride today, master? Anything I can get for you? Lucy asked cheerfully. I could really use a barf bag right about now, Natsu groaned. Naruto. Seal. Please. Natsu begged, looking up at the whiskered man. Naruto looked down nonchalantly. Nah, punishment for tricking Lucy, he said. Natsu groaned in defeat. Ah, serves you right. Lucy teased. I'm the master, so I should be the one giving the orders. Happy demanded. Shut up, you silly feline. Lucy shouted. Naruto burst into laughter, and Lucy looked over, smiling sheepishly, feeling a blush forming on her cheeks. Why are you blushing, Lucy? Happy asked mischievously. No reason. Lucy panicked. Oh, Natsu, Lucy called out, catching Naruto's attention. Yeah, what's up? Natsu groaned. I was just wondering why you picked me to join your team, Lucy asked. Because you seem like a nice person, Natsu replied weakly. Naruto smiled. Whoa, did I just get a compliment from this guy? Lucy thought. But you're just so weird. Natsu added. The fire eater and the flying cat think I'm weird? Lucy thought angrily until Naruto placed his hand on her shoulder again and laughed. Ah, don't listen to him, Luchan. You're perfectly normal. Naruto reassured her before giggling. Lucy looked at him and smiled, slightly blushing. Why am I always blushing around him? Lucy wondered. Anyway, I'm totally stoked about my first real job. I know I'm gonna rock it. Lucy said. Really? I thought you were upset about it, Happy said. Yeah, when you found out, you couldn't stop crying into my jacket, ha, Naruto chuckled, causing Lucy to blush even harder. Yeah, I was mad at first, but if this guy likes pretty girls, then I'm perfect for the job, right? Lucy said. Oh totally, Luchan. You're beautiful. Naruto complimented. Lucy blushed again. Yeah, but all you humans kind of look alike to me, Happy said, causing Lucy to glare at the blue furball. I think it's time we work out our pay split since I'm doing all the work. I think we should divide the reward 80, 10, 10 and 10, Lucy suggested. You only want 10%? Happy asked. I'm the 80. Lucy shouted. Naruto simply laughed. Man, I don't think even I was like this back then. Naruto thought. That's the last time I'm writing one of those, Natsu said. You say that every time. Happy replied. You know, this would have worked out if you used your Yang seal on me, Naruto. Natsu whined. Naruto gave the Dragon Slayer a light smack on the back of the head. Hey! Natsu yelled angrily, rubbing the back of his head. Well, you shouldn't have tricked Luchan. Just think of it as punishment, don't ever do it again, Naruto replied nonchalantly. Man, I'm starving, Natsu grumbled. Can't you just eat your own fire? Lucy asked. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Why don't you just eat Plu or your cow while we're at it? Natsu shot back. This caused Lucy to look at Natsu in disbelief. Why would I do something like that? She shouted. It's kind of the same thing, Natsu replied. You know, I'm pretty hungry too, I would like some ramen, Naruto said, clutching his stomach in hunger. Oh Naruto, always thinking about ramen. Lucy said, wrapping her arms around Naruto's muscular but not overly buff arms. Naruto smiled. So, let me get this straight, you can eat fire but just not your own? That's kind of lame, Lucy said as the three teens walked through town, finally coming across a restaurant. Whoa, let's stop and get a bite. Natsu said. Nah, I'm alright but you three enjoy. Lucy said, walking off and leaving the boys on their own. Hey Luchan, you sure you'll be fine on your own? Naruto yelled. Lucy gave a reassuring wave as she walked out of sight. Naruto sighed. What is it with her? We should be eating together as a team, Natsu said, crossing his arms, while Happy perched on Naruto's scroll. Oh well, Happy replied. Just leave her be. Come on, I'm hungry. I could eat 5 bowls of ramen right now. Naruto said as he walked into the restaurant. This, of course you could, you ramen addict, Natsu grumbled under his breath. Be sure you save the fatty parts for Lucy. Natsu mumbled through his food as Naruto was on his 4th bowl of ramen, and Happy was munching on raw fish. She looks like she likes the fatty parts, Happy said, stuffing sushi into his mouth. Hold it right there, cat. What the heck does that mean? Lucy said, walking in on the feast in a maid outfit. Hey! Natsu and Naruto called out, but upon seeing the buxom blonde, they gasped. Lucy! Natsu yelled. Elu-chan? Naruto shouted, surprised. She actually did it. I thought she would know Natsu and Happy were kidding, but she really went for it. Naruto thought. Don't be shy, boys. I know I look super cute in this uniform, Lucy said, holding a finger to her lips. Natsu and Happy's jaws dropped, food crumbs falling out, while Naruto nearly choked on his noodles. Have you had enough food, master? Or shall I bring you some more? Your wish is my command. Lucy said playfully. Natsu and Happy leaned in for a private conversation. What do we do? We were joking about the costume, but she took it seriously. Happy whispered. I guess we just have to go along with it. Don't say anything, okay? Natsu whispered back. I can hear you. Lucy said. Naruto grabbed Natsu and Happy, tucking them under his arms and playfully smacking them on the heads. Hey, Naruto, stop it. Let go. Natsu demanded. Sorry about that, Loon. We meant all of it. Naruto said sheepishly. Lucy sighed. My name is KB Melon, pleased to meet you. KB introduced. He said Melon. Happy exclaimed, drooling. Oh man, you have a tasty name. Natsu added, only to get smacked on the head again by Naruto. Quit being rude, guys. Lucy said. Sorry about that, KB, please go on, Naruto said, smiling sheepishly. KB chuckled. Don't worry, I get that a lot, he assured. Why does his name sound familiar? Lucy wondered. Well, first things first, allow me to tell you about the job, KB said, his hands intertwined with his chin resting on them. Duke Everlu has a book called Daybreak in his possession. I would like you to burn it for me. No problem. I'll burn the whole place down if you want. Natsu said, lighting a finger on fire. He likes fire. Happy chimed in. Me and Naruto aren't going to jail for arson because of you too, Lucy said, and Naruto sighed. May I ask, KB, why do you want this book burned? Naruto asked. For 200,000 jewels, who cares? Natsu said, crossing his arms. The reward has been raised to 2 million, KB noted, causing the 3 teens and Cat to look shocked. 2 million, they all shouted. I'm sorry, I thought you were aware. The amount has changed, KB said. 2 million split 4 ways. But I can't do the math, but that's a lot. Natsu shouted. Wait, I know. I get 1 million, you get 1 million, and Naruto and Lucy get the rest. Happy said. That sounds fair to me. Natsu said. But that leaves me and Naruto with nothing. Lucy shouted, and Naruto chuckled. Why did you raise the reward? Lucy asked. Because it means that much to me. That book must be destroyed, no matter the cost, KB said. Natsu's excitement grew, causing Lucy to duck behind Naruto in surprise. Oh yeah, I'm fired up now. Let's do this, Lucy. Whiskers. Natsu yelled, grabbing both Blonde's hands and running out the door. Hey, what did you just call me, Pinky? Naruto yelled as he was dragged along. Natsu giggled. Happy chirped. Hey, but wait a sec. Lucy shouted. Daybreak must be burned. It cannot be allowed to exist any longer, KB said, his eyes closed in sadness. Excuse me. I heard you had an opening for a maid position. Hello. Lucy shouted into the front gates. Get the attention of some strange old man, burn a book, and get 2 million jewels. This will be sweet. Lucy smirked while the 2 boys and Cat watched from behind a nearby tree. You can do this, Lu-chan. Naruto cheered. Don't screw up, okay? Natsu added. Break a leg. Happy finished. The ground suddenly cracked as a giant, pink-haired maid emerged, landing with a thud, causing Lucy to jump in surprise. So you're a maid? She asked. Why yeah. Lucy replied nervously. I assume you're here because you saw the ad the master placed in the paper? The maid said. Another man with a unique mustache appeared. Did someone just say, Master? He said. This was Duke Everlu. More like monster. Lucy thought. Let's see here, Everlu said, touching his chin thoughtfully. Well, I sure hope you like what you see. Lucy thought. He is so creepy. Stay strong, Lucy. I'll pass. Now scram, Everlu said, much to Lucy's shock. You heard the man, get going, the maid said, picking Lucy up. Sorry, but a man of my standing has certain standards to uphold, Everlu said as 4 other maids appeared. That's why I hire the fairest of the fair, Everloo finished, leaving Lucy gaping. You're the best, master. Maid 1 said. I've never met such a kind-hearted man, Maid 2 added. I think you're the sweetest guy alive. Maid 3 continued. Why don't you run along home? Maid 4 said, shocking Lucy even more. Lucy sat against a tree, comically weeping, while Naruto patted her sympathetically on the back. Just couldn't do it, huh? Natsu said disappointedly. I'm surprised she didn't just punch him. If it was Sakura-chan, she would have knocked him out, Naruto thought. I tried. But that idiot wouldn't know beauty if it hit him. Lucy shouted, tears streaming down her face. Don't listen to that guy, Luchan. You're absolutely beautiful. Naruto assured her. Lucy looked up at him and smiled sadly. What? This stinks. Lucy said, crying into Naruto's chest once again. Naruto sighed, letting her cry on his precious jacket as she gripped his red sage coat. Okay, I guess we'll have to resort to old plan T. Natsu said, slamming his hands together. Yeah. That big JRK is going to pay for this. Lucy exclaimed, shaking her fist. Naruto smirked in response. But wait a second, what's plan T? Lucy asked. Take them head on. Happy answered. That's not a plan. Lucy shouted in frustration. It seems we have another group of wizards at our dorm, and they're from Fairy Tail. That familiar red coat, the scroll, the headband, there's no doubt about it. The Fairy Tail ninja has joined in as well, Everloo said with a sinister grin. Alright, I guess I'll just have to melt the glass, Natsu said, preparing to heat the door. But Naruto held up a hand to stop him. What the heck, Whiskers? Natsu asked. Let me handle this, Naruto replied, and Natsu nodded. Okay. Naruto reached into his ninja tool pouch and pulled out a Senbon. What is that, Naruto? Lucy asked, glancing down. It's a Senbon. Normally, it's used for medical purposes and acupuncture, but it's also great for picking locks, Naruto explained. Cool. Natsu said, impressed. But this isn't exactly taking them by storm. I think we should just break down the front door. Natsu complained as Naruto began to pick the lock. Was I beaten? By a fire wizard, the brother wondered in disbelief. That'll teach you. Now I better go find Lucy and Whiskers. These merchant fairies are toast, Natsu declared. We're mercenaries, the brothers groaned as Natsu walked off, unaware that Virgo's eyes glowed white. The enemy of literature? My massive collection of books and art only proves I'm culture's greatest friend. Everloo retorted. But that ugly maid collection of yours shows that you know nothing about beauty. Lucy shouted, grimacing at Everloo's tight grip on her. How dare you mock them? They are the very definition of beauty. Everloo snapped, twisting Lucy's arms more, causing her to wince. What secret does it hold? Let me guess, he buried his fortune, and there's a treasure map hidden inside. Everloo assumed, eyeing the daybreak book Lucy held. Lucy grunted in pain but remained defiant. Tell me, or I'll break your arm like a twig. Everloo threatened, tightening his grip, but Lucy stuck her tongue out at him and made a raspberry sound. Ugh, Everloo grumbled, twisting her arms further until Lucy fell to the ground, her hands behind her back. Now is not the time to be sassy. I commissioned this book's very creation, so any secret it holds is my property. Everloo shouted, as Lucy continued to grunt in discomfort. Then she heard a noise that sounded like a punch. Shut it, you creep! A familiar voice shouted angrily, delivering a powerful blow to Everloo's face, followed by a kick from a familiar blue cat. Everloo was sent flying, releasing his grip on Lucy. Naruto! Happy! Lucy called out in relief. As Happy flew in, giggling, Naruto rushed over to Lucy, extending a helping hand. Naruto! Lucy said, taking his hand and standing up. Sorry if I'm late, but are you okay? I hope that JRK didn't hurt you too badly, Naruto said, concern in his eyes. Lucy felt a blush creep onto her cheeks. Your timing couldn't be more perfect, and thanks, I'm fine, Lucy replied, and Naruto sighed in relief, smiling at her. Good. I'm glad, he said. That was so cool what you and Happy did. Lucy said, impressed, but Happy's wings vanished, and he fell into the sewer water. The two blondes exchanged a deadpan. Look at the blue cat. What is this? A flying cat? And Whiskers? Everloo said in disbelief. The name is Happy, and only Natsu and I can call Naruto Whiskers. Happy declared, blowing bubbles in the murky water. Naruto chuckled. I wouldn't stay in there if I were you. Lucy suggested. Yeah, get out of there, Happy. The sewage water is dirty, Naruto added, sounding disgusted. But the water feels so nice. Happy said, sliding around in the water. That's sewer water, Happy. Lucy facepalmed. What's going on? I thought the Vanish brothers took care of you and Pinky. Everloo exclaimed. Too bad, Luchan, kick his butt. Naruto smirked. Lucy pulled out a golden celestial key and smirked back. You don't have to tell me. It looks like the tables have turned, but if you let me keep the book, I might consider going easy on you, though I'm tempted to give you a good smack. Lucy threatened. Naruto chuckled, smirking. Go get him, Luchan. I'm pretty sure you won't need my help, right? He asked playfully. Nah, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, Lucy replied confidently. Oh, a celestial wizard, but for a reader, you seem a little deficient in your phrases. The tables have turned implies that the weaker party rallies to claim victory. But there's no way you two teens and that cat could ever defeat me and my diver magic. I don't care if Whiskers over there is the fairy tale ninja. Boyu yo-yo. Everloo shouted. Oh, so he knows my reputation. It's cool to see that my reputation has spread so far in a month, Naruto chuckled. So he uses magic too? I had no idea Everloo was a wizard. Happy exclaimed. Do you not smell yourself? Lucy asked, and Naruto realized where Everloo was. I know he's underground. I guess my training with Kakashi really paid off, Naruto thought. Watch out, Luchan below you. Naruto shouted, grabbing Lucy and Happy and pulling them away from where Everloo erupted from the ground. Naruto! What? Lucy shouted as Naruto continued to evade Everloo, who was repeatedly bursting from the ground. Naruto! Lucy said, confused. We should be safe now, Naruto assumed, standing with Lucy and Happy behind her, his hands tucked in his pockets as he observed the scene. Look, I know the whole story now. It's a terrible adventure novel about a trashy character named Duke Everloo. Lucy shouted, still holding the book. Naruto's eyes widened. Seriously? He and Happy exclaimed. I don't know if I'd call the protagonist trashy, but yes, Everloo said, drilling into the ground once more. Naruto rushed to Lucy's side, ready to help her evade Everloo again. But Lucy stopped him, holding out her hand. It's fine, Naruto. I can do this, she said, looking at him. Naruto nodded, and Lucy turned back to watch for Everloo's next move. The story itself is terrible, and to think it was written by the great Kimu Zalian. Everloo shouted in disbelief, bursting from the ground beneath Lucy as she dodged his grasp. Luchan! Naruto shouted. I'm fine, Naruto. Lucy assured him. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Happy, I've had just enough of his nonsense. If he doesn't shut up soon, I'm afraid I'm going to have to step in because his nonsense is off the charts, Naruto said, annoyance creeping into his voice. Happy replied. You forced him to write it. Lucy exclaimed, her voice filled with disbelief as Naruto's eyes were hidden beneath his bangs. Luton, can I please give him a piece of my mind? He asked, frustration evident in his tone. Lucy was about to respond when Everloo continued his speech. To tell my story is an honor, he declared. Then why did you pressure him into it? Lucy shouted. Pressure? Naruto and Happy gasped in surprise. What's the big deal? He just needed a little extra motivation to take the job, Everloo said, emerging from the wall. Oh really? Lucy replied skeptically. Naruto grunted in frustration. Calm down, Whiskers, Happy said, settling back on his scroll. Any fool would have jumped at the chance to have me as their muse, but Zalian had the audacity to say no. Everloo proclaimed, literally swimming through the ground. So I gave him a form of inspiration, write the novel, or his family would face serious consequences. Everloo stated, causing the three to gasp in shock. But then none of them would be able to join the guilds and make a living. Do you really have the power to do that? Happy asked, astonished. The ground began to crack again. I have the power to do anything. Everloo boasted as he shot out of the ground once more, sending the teens and Happy tumbling away. I got him to write it, didn't I? Everloo continued, as Naruto and Lucy glared at him. But I didn't like his attitude, so I thought it best for him to write from a less comfortable place. Everloo added. Why, you despicable person. Naruto shouted angrily. I can't believe you would go that far just to feed your ego. He was isolated for 3 years. Don't you know how hard that must have been? Lucy yelled. 3 whole years. Happy exclaimed as he flew through the air, only to stop when Everloo shot up from the ground and landed right in front of them. Because it took him that long to appreciate me. Oh, how amusing, Everloo bellowed. Naruto glared at Everloo, wanting nothing more than to confront him directly. It's only because of Luchan that I haven't lost my cool with this guy, but I want to so badly. Naruto thought in frustration. You're wrong. More like he couldn't stand to spread your lies. He had to satisfy your vanity, knowing that if he didn't portray you as a heroic champion of justice, his family would suffer. Lucy retorted. Naruto was fuming, and the more they talked, the angrier and more disgusted he became, especially with Everloo. Happy noticed Naruto's rising anger and tried to calm him down by rubbing his back. He had seen Naruto angry before, and it was never a good situation. When Naruto had lost his temper once, he nearly destroyed the guild hall. Happy and the others, even Makarov, didn't want to see that happen again, so he tried to soothe Naruto, which seemed to be working. Calm down, Whiskers. We don't want that incident to happen again, Happy said calmly. Naruto looked back at the blue cat, who was perched on his scroll, and smiled. Thanks, Happy. It's just that the more I listen, the angrier I get, Naruto admitted sheepishly. Trust me, I feel the same way, Happy replied with a giggle, causing Naruto to chuckle. Luckily, Lucy didn't notice anything amiss, much to their relief. So tell me, how do you know all of this? Everlou asked. It's all right here in black and white, Lucy said, holding up the book. What? I read that book from cover to cover, and Kimu's Zalian isn't mentioned in it, Everlou said coldly. Well, normally, there's no mention of him, but I know something you don't. Long before he was an author, he was a wizard, Lucy explained. He was? Happy and Naruto said in shock. What did he do? Everlou asked. After he finished the book, he gathered his last remaining strength and cast a spell on it, Lucy revealed. Naruto smirked. What a clever trick. He turned a book about a great man like me into a critique? The nerve of that guy. Everlou exclaimed angrily, drilling into the ground again and resurfacing near the teens. Both teens evaded him. Get over yourself. It's true that he wrote about all the pain and suffering you put him through, but those chapters are only a small part of the book, Lucy said, holding up the book again. Naruto listened in awe. Wow, Luchan really is a bookworm if she picked up that much information from that book, he thought. In fact, the secret has nothing to do with you. Lucy declared. Tell us, Lucy. Happy said, drooling slightly. Hey, don't drool on my scroll or my coat. Naruto complained. Sorry, Whiskers. Happy said sheepishly. What do you mean? Everlou shouted. I'm not giving this book back to you, Duke Everlou. Lucy said, pulling out a golden celestial key. Naruto charged at Everlou at lightning speed, appearing right in front of him and delivering a powerful kick that sent Everlou flying, his scream echoing as he was propelled away. He came to a sudden halt. Finally. I've been itching to give him a taste of his own medicine. Go on, Luchan, I think I've had enough of his nonsense. Show him what you're made of. Naruto shouted, looking at her with a smirk. Unless you want more, I can give him another kick if you want. Naruto grinned. But it was enough, Everlou couldn't even move a muscle. Happy jumped excitedly on Naruto's scroll. Wow, that was amazing. Did you put your all into that kick? Happy shouted. Naruto nodded, grinning. Wow. Happy said in awe. Lucy smirked. You know, Everlou, this book was never really yours to begin with, she shouted. Open. Gate of the Giant Crab. Cancer. Lucy called out, and a giant crab-like humanoid appeared, with 6 legs protruding from its back and 2 large scissors. Cancer, the creature bellowed. Naruto smiled. Wow, it really is a giant crab, he laughed. Oh my gosh, a giant crab. Happy danced around on Naruto's scroll again. Naruto looked back at Happy, shaking his head and smiling. Oh yeah, nothing says I'm going to take you down like a crab man with razor claws and stylish sunglasses. Happy squealed. Naruto couldn't help himself. Naruto burst into laughter. Oh boy, that was too good, Happy, he said, clutching his stomach as he laughed. Shut up and let me concentrate, or I'll have him pinch your little lips off. Lucy warned. Naruto giggled, finally stopping his laughter, and held up a hand, asking Happy for a high five, which Happy eagerly returned. Hey Lucy, how would you like your hair done today? Cancer asked, snipping his scissors. Baby, he added. What? Happy exclaimed. Naruto chuckled as Lucy facepalmed. I don't need styling, I need help. It's that guy. Take care of Baldy over there. Lucy commanded, pointing at Everlou. Whatever you say, baby, Cancer replied. So he just makes the bad guy look cooler before he gets us, that's useful. Yeah, you should send him back, Lucy. Happy suggested, standing on the edge of Naruto's scroll. Naruto playfully hit Happy's head, causing him to quiet down. I should send you back. Lucy threatened. Naruto chuckled sheepishly. Everlou could only squint in pain and frustration. What could the secret possibly be, he wondered. He must have written it all over my business deals. I can't have that. If the Magic Council got wind of how I actually made my fortune, my goose would be cooked. Everlou thought. Open. Gate of the Maiden. Virgo. Everlou shouted. What the? Lucy exclaimed in shock. He's using your trick, Lucy. Happy shouted. Is he a celestial wizard too? Naruto wondered. Wow, he survived my kick. Amazing. Oh well, most people do. I guess I didn't put full force into that kick, because if I did, I'm sure Everlou would have been knocked out cold, Naruto thought. The Gorilla Maiden appeared once again. Did I hear my master summon me? She said. Virgo, fetch me that book. Everlou demanded. Hold up, she's a celestial spirit? Lucy shouted. Maybe, Cancer replied, and Naruto and Happy gasped in shock. Natsu, the 3 shouted. Yeah. Natsu replied. What is the meaning of this? Everlou demanded again. What are you doing up there? Lucy asked. Well, I saw her get up so I jumped up, and all of a sudden, I ended up here. Natsu answered. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Did he pass through the celestial world? He wondered. So you grabbed a hold of her inside the house? But that means you must have passed through the spirit gate with her. That's impossible. Lucy shouted. Yeah, from what I learned, if a human goes through the gate, they suffocate and die, Naruto thought, narrowing his eyes. Lucy, Whiskers. What the heck do I do now? Natsu asked frantically. Let's finish what we started, Pinky, Naruto said, stepping ahead and slamming his fists together. Right? Let's do this, Whiskers. Natsu said, leaping off the gorilla maid and landing on the ground. Virgo, clean up this rubbish. Everlu commanded. As you wish, master. Virgo said, preparing to strike at the boys, but Naruto charged toward the gorilla maid and delivered another powerful kick, sending her flying and causing her to grimace from Naruto's strength. Now, Pinky! Naruto shouted. I'll let Pinky here do the job. This is way too easy. No need for me to waste chakra on this. A nice powerful kick from me and a fire attack from Natsu should do, Naruto thought. Natsu bumped his fists together. Now I have a fire in my belly. Fire dragon! Roar! He shouted, shooting flames from his mouth. Lucy also wanted in on the action. You dirty old man, she shouted, taking her whip and striking Virgo while rapping Everlu. Can't dig yourself out of this. Lucy said, tightening her grip. You make me sick, she shouted, throwing Everlu into the air, releasing him from the whip. Naruto smirked, jumping up into the air and delivering another devastating kick, causing the man to cry out in pain as he flew toward Cancer, who took his scissors and gave Everlu an unexpected hairstyle. Awesome, Whiskers. Happy cheered, jumping with excitement, while Naruto looked at Happy and smirked. This guy isn't worth wasting my chakra on, Naruto said, watching as Everlu fell to the floor. Demon right, Naruto, Happy giggled. Don't waste your chakra on this, he added. Okay baby, all done. Does this look fabulous or what? Cancer asked. Totally. Naruto and Happy replied. Oh yeah. Way to go, Crabman. Natsu said, standing victoriously over the defeated gorilla maid. The building soon began to collapse, with both blondes gaping in shock, while Natsu and Happy smirked. I like your style, going out with a bang. You are definitely part of Fairy Tail, Natsu said, hands behind his head, as the rest watched the mansion crumble. Natsu, aren't we supposed to not destroy stuff? Naruto said, deadpan. I hope I don't get blamed for this. Lucy whimpered. Happy remained perched on Naruto's scroll. The townspeople looked over at the fallen building, simply overjoyed. When I read Daybreak, I couldn't believe it was by Kimuzalian. There's no way he would have done something that bad, Lucy said. Naruto simply chuckled. Yes, so? Natsu said. That's how I knew there was a spell on it, Lucy pointed out. Wow, Luchan, you're pretty smart. Naruto said cheerfully. Thanks, Narukun, Lucy replied, blushing. They handed the book over to Kabi, who took it. But I requested this book be destroyed. Why are you handing it back to me completely unscathed? Kabi asked. Naruto and Happy looked at him worriedly. If you really want it burned, then I'd rather you do it yourself, Lucy said. The boys exchanged worried glances before looking back at Kabi. I will most certainly destroy this trash. I never wanted to see it again. Kabi said venomously. I completely understand why you would want to burn this book, Kabi. You want to protect your father's legacy because you're actually Zalian's son, aren't you? Lucy deduced. The boys gasped in surprise. Yes, that's true, Kabi said. Have you read it yourself? Lucy asked. No, I could never bring myself to do it. My father told me it was garbage, Kabi replied. But why would you burn something so precious left to you by your father? Naruto asked, frowning. You were just going to burn it? Natsu exclaimed. I was, Kabi answered, much to Naruto and Natsu's dismay. Natsu stepped forward and grabbed Kabi by his collar. Without even bothering to see what was inside? It was the last book your dad wrote, right? Some of us would have killed for that memory. Natsu shouted. Naruto approached and placed a hand on Natsu's shoulder, his eyes closed and head down, with the other hand tucked in a pocket and Happy still perched on Naruto's scroll. Natsu turned to look at his whiskered friend. That's enough, Natsu, Naruto said calmly. But Whiskers? Natsu protested. Yeah, let Kabi explain himself, Lucy said. Natsu sighed and released Kabi's hand, taking it off his shoulder. Please, that book caused my family great heartache and shame. It was 31 years ago, Kabi said. Flashback. The door swung open as Kimuzalian entered. Father? A younger Kabi shouted. We haven't heard anything from you in 3 years. Where have you been all this time? Kabi asked, watching as Kimu rummaged through a treasure chest. Somewhere I won't return. It's all over now. Kimu said, tying a rope to his right arm. No, father. Kabi begged. I'll never write again. Kimu declared, lifting a kitchen knife as if to harm himself. Flashbackins. Natsu and Lucy gasped in horror, while Naruto winced, and Happy could only manage a stunned, whoa. Flashback. You should have listened to me. I told you that you would regret working for Duke Everlu, but you went ahead and did it anyway. Why? Kabi demanded, watching his father lying on a hospital bed. Because it was good money, Kimu replied weakly. Who cares? Look where it got you. Kabi shouted. Kimu sighed and smiled faintly. I'm so glad I finished that rubbish, he said. What are you smiling about? Do you think it's funny to leave your family for 3 years to write a novel you're not even proud of? Kabi shouted, clenching his fists. Son, I thought about you the entire time I was gone, Kimu said, still smiling. Then you should have just written something quickly and come back to us. Instead, you abandoned your bride and your family. You're a sad excuse for a writer, selling yourself to the highest bidder, and you're not much of a father either. Kabi said, storming out while his father remained with a smile on his face. Flashbackins. Not long after that, my father passed away. The anger and betrayal I felt towards him lived on, but as the years passed, that anger slowly turned into remorse. Now, it's too late for me to ask for his forgiveness, so I decided to make amends by destroying the work that caused him so much unhappiness. This is the only way I can preserve his legacy, Kabi said, lighting a lighter and preparing to burn the book. I'm sure this is what he would want. No, Lucy began to protest but stopped. Naruto walked over and stopped Kabi by grabbing his wrist, giving him a sympathetic look that shocked everyone. What are you doing? I have to burn this book? Kabi shouted, trying to pull his wrist free from Naruto's grip. Please, Kabi, listen to me, Naruto begged, offering a sad smile. Kabi ceased struggling and listened. You don't have to make amends, you don't have to ask for forgiveness, Kabi-GG, Naruto said with a smile. Naruto-kun? Lucy said, confused. But why would you say that? Kabi asked. Because you have already been forgiven. You're wrong. This isn't what your father would have wanted, Naruto said. Natsu, Lucy, and Happy watched as the flame on the match flickered out. Kabi, Naruto-kun is right. Look. Lucy exclaimed as Naruto released his grip on Kabi's wrist. The book began to glow purple as a magic circle appeared, and the title floated up. A spell has been cast on this book? It's the work of the wizard Kimu Zalian. Or should I say Zequa Melon, Lucy said as the title formed into Dear Kabi. Dear Kabi, Kabi read aloud. That's right, this book was a letter to you, disguised behind a spell that rearranged all the words so no one else could read it, Lucy explained as the letters and sentences began to circle the book. Wow! Natsu said in awe. Amazing! Naruto echoed, equally impressed. Pretty! Happy added, smiling alongside the other boys. He didn't stop writing because he was ashamed. He stopped because he had finished his masterpiece. A novel that contained everything he wanted to say to his beloved son. When you read it the way he intended, it's easily the best work ever. Lucy said. Naruto smiled nostalgically, almost brought to tears, reminded of Jiraiya's own books, particularly The Tale of the Gutsy Ninja. I thought about you the entire time I was gone, Kabi's father's words echoed in his mind as he stood in awe. The book finished transforming and dropped into Kabi's hands. And now that the spell has been broken, you can read it yourself. Lucy said as the boys smiled at Kabi. Kabi hugged the book tightly, as if it were a precious treasure. Thank you, father. I swear I won't let any harm come to this book, Kabi promised. Natsu and Naruto turned around, hands behind their heads. Well, I guess we won't be collecting the reward, Natsu said. Yeah, it just wouldn't be right, Naruto agreed. Happy chirped. Lucy turned to face the boys, looking shocked. Huh? Lucy exclaimed. We were supposed to destroy it, Luchan? Naruto chuckled. Yeah, we didn't finish the job, Natsu said, smiling at Lucy. Even so, let me do something. Kabi pleaded. Yeah, it's not our fault he decided not to burn the book after we got it back to him. Lucy pointed out. Lucy, don't be so greedy, you're ruining what was a touching moment. Happy said sadly. I need the cash. Lucy shouted and Happy turned away. Thanks for offering, but we don't want it. Natsu said as he continued walking out the door. Yes we do. Lucy protested. I need to pay rent. Lucy shouted. I think it's time we all go home, and that means you too, Mr. Melon. Natsu said, turning around to give one last smile before walking out the door. Go back home, Naruto said. Lucy and Kabi were surprised. Unbelievable. Who in their right minds would turn down 2 million jewels? Lucy cried, looking downcast. It wouldn't have looked good if we had taken the money. You have to think about Fairy Tail's reputation. Natsu said. Happy agreed. We made him happy, right? We got the job done, and now we're walking home? And then to find out they're not even wealthy? They were just renting that house to make everyone think they were rich. It doesn't matter, we would have taken the job anyway, Lucy said. I don't know about you, Happy said, still perched on Naruto's scroll. Of course I would. Naruto-kun, say something. Lucy shouted, looking over at the whiskered man. Naruto chuckled. Don't worry, Luchan, I can take care of your rent. 70,000 jewels isn't that much for me, Naruto smiled. Lucy beamed with joy and ran over to Naruto, clinging tightly to his arm while Natsu and Happy looked on in shock. Really, Naruto-kun? You mean it? No kidding? Lucy asked, her eyes sparkling. Seriously? You are way too nice, Whiskers. Natsu exclaimed, looking incredulous. You bet. Naruto replied with a grin. You're so nice, Naruto-kun, Lucy said, playfully pressing her face against the jacket Naruto wore. He smiled and shook his head. Natsu turned to face forward. Too nice for you, he muttered. Happy chimed in. Hey, I heard that. Lucy shouted, while Naruto chuckled. By the way, how did you two know the house wasn't really theirs? Lucy asked, leaning against Naruto's shoulder. Oh, that was easy. It had a different smell, and Whiskers here has amazing sensory skills, so he sensed it wasn't ours, Natsu explained, munching on a fish on a stick. Happy agreed, also enjoying his fish. Sure, to you too maybe? I can't believe you knew too, Naruto-kun. I didn't know you had sensory powers. Lucy said, her eyes wide with admiration as she lifted her head to look at him. Naruto flashed his trademark smile. Yeah, over the years of my ninja training, I developed sensory powers, which got stronger when I received energy from the Sage of Six Paths, he explained. Wow, not me. I was still lost in the clouds from reading that book. Lucy said, smiling. Natsu paused eating and smirked mischievously, while Naruto also realized something and smirked. Natsu looked at Naruto and grinned. Oh, me and Whiskers here figured you out. All those papers I found in your place? Natsu said, digging back into his fish. Lucy jumped. You're writing a novel, aren't you? Natsu teased, grinning. Wow, Luchan, no wonder you're such a bookworm. Naruto added, smirking at Lucy, who turned bright red. Wow, Lucy is so red. Happy chirped. Promise you won't tell anyone about that, okay? Lucy said, covering her face in embarrassment. Why not, Luchan? Naruto asked, puzzled. Yeah, Lucy, Happy echoed. Because I'm a horrible writer, and if anyone read my stuff, I'd die of embarrassment. Lucy exclaimed, shaking her head vigorously while covering her face. The boys exchanged glances, and Happy fell over in laughter. Don't worry, no one is going to read it. Natsu assured her. Yeah, that doesn't make me feel any better, Lucy replied, while Naruto chuckled. I don't know about this, guys. Are you sure we're going the right way? Lucy asked nervously as she piggybacked on Naruto, her arms draped over his shoulders and her chin resting on his shoulder. Naruto chuckled. Happy said this is the way home, so this is the way we're going, Natsu replied. Have some faith. I'm a cat, I have a great sense of smell. My nose will lead us home. Happy declared confidently. It's dogs that have great noses. What about Naruto-kun? I thought he was some kind of fox. Aren't foxes like dogs? Shouldn't he lead the way? And what does smell have to do with direction? Lucy questioned. For your information, a fox is sealed inside of Naruto, a demon fox named Kurama. Didn't he tell you all of this before? Weren't you paying attention? Happy said. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, Lucy said sheepishly, while Natsu and Happy sighed and Naruto giggled. Why don't you walk on your own for a while? Whiskers, stop being so nice to her. Just put her down. Natsu suggested. I'm tired. Lucy groaned. Well, all of us are tired, Natsu replied. It's all good really, Naruto smiled. Natsu groaned. You're too nice, Whiskers, he said. Happy chirped. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes caught the attention of all three teens. Natsu jumped toward the bush. Who's there? He shouted. As soon as Natsu landed, a scuffle broke out. Naruto sighed, thinking, it's probably Gray. Do you always have to fight? Lucy cried worriedly, peeking over Naruto's shoulder. You can take him, Natsu. Happy cheered. Oh boy. Naruto thought, looking up to see Natsu and Gray leap into the air, glaring at each other comically before landing back on the ground. It's Gray, Happy announced. And of course, he has nothing on except for boxers, Naruto remarked nonchalantly. What is he doing in his underwear? Lucy questioned. Trying to find a bathroom, Gray replied. Then why would you strip down before you found one? Naruto asked, giving the rivals a blank stare. Yeah, and who ever heard of a bathroom in the middle of the forest? Natsu shouted. I wanted some privacy. I didn't expect an idiot to barge in. Gray shot back. Lucy, finally getting off Naruto's back, sighed. They're so childish, she said. She says that to the cat. Happy pointed out. So you were on your way back from a job? Lucy asked. Yeah, there's a shortcut through these woods that will get you back to town in no time, Gray explained. See? I told you so. Happy said, and Naruto chuckled. Yeah, well if your nose is so sharp, how come you didn't know Gray was right in front of us? Smart guy. And Naruto-kun, didn't you sense Gray? Lucy asked. Yeah, I sensed him, but I just didn't want to say it, Naruto replied casually. Yeah, and there are just some things you shouldn't smell, Happy added. What did you say? Gray snapped irritably. I agree, so go on home and we'll smell you later, Natsu said. Fine, I will. And if you don't want trouble, you should too, Gray warned. Naruto's eyes widened. Huh, is Urza-chan coming home? He wondered. Why do you say that? Lucy asked. Because Urza is due back any time now, Gray said. Natsu's face paled, but Naruto remained calm, even smiling. The Urza? Lucy exclaimed. She is the most powerful woman in all of Fairy Tail. Happy said, munching on a fish. I can't wait to meet her. Lucy squealed, while Gray and Natsu didn't seem too excited about this news. But I've never seen any picture of her in Sorcerer Weekly. What is she like? Lucy asked curiously. Scary, Natsu and Gray mumbled. Lucy went pale, clinging to Naruto, who remained unfazed by this news. Wild animal, Gray said. A vile beast, Natsu added. More like a full-on monster. Happy finished. Lucy started to question whether she wanted to meet Urza. She's not that big, you guys, Happy said, chewing through his fish. Naruto chuckled. Yeah, for real, he said through laughter. Well, she's big enough for me, Natsu said. One thing we can all agree on is that she's definitely scary, well, maybe a little scarier, Gray said, crossing his arms. Tisich, you guys are just overthinking it, Naruto said. No, Whiskers, she is that scary. Natsu insisted. What? I guarantee you that Urza can take down 3 mountains with 1 kick, Gray said. You don't need to exaggerate like that, it's more like 2, Happy replied. Meanwhile, Naruto thought to himself, well, I could take down an entire nation with my Bijou Bomb. Guys, even if she can kick down a single mountain, that's still scary. And how come Naruto isn't scared? Lucy exclaimed, looking over at an unfazed Naruto, who was sitting on the ground with his hands behind his head. That's because Naruto isn't scared of Urza, Happy explained. Really? Lucy asked, still clinging to Naruto. Naruto is actually scarier than Urza, but only when you make him angry, Happy added. Lucy looked at Naruto in awe. Naruto-kun? Scarier than Urza, she wondered. But like I said, we should get back. Even though she isn't as intimidating as Whiskers here, she's still a formidable woman, Gray said. Crap. Let's get going. Natsu trembled. But before the 4 teens could react, a loud explosion erupted from a green creature, leaving Natsu, Lucy, and Gray covered in dust while Naruto stood atop the cloud, his chakra swirling around him. What now? Gray said irritably. Wait a minute, where's Happy? Naruto wondered, spotting the blue cat tied to a stick, hovering over a campfire and looking quite distressed. Happy, both Natsu and Naruto shouted. Help me. Happy whimpered, his captors chuckling ominously. We're finally going to get some real protein, one twin said excitedly. No berries for us tonight, the other twin added, both drooling. Meat, a large chicken in overalls cooed. Our future holds a feast, a guy with greenish hair said, looking into what appeared to be a crystal ball. Happy trembled with fear. He didn't want to be eaten. Ah, look at him shaking, one twin teased. Relax, you're going to be in our bellies soon enough, so there's nothing to be scared of, a demonic creature assured the still shaking Happy. Actually, I'm not shaking because I'm scared, I really need to use the bathroom. Happy said through his trembles. I can't hold it much longer, and I bet it's going to taste weird, he added. Who cares? Just cook him, the demon ordered. Meat. The chicken cooed as its magic staff ignited, ready to light the campfire meant for cooking Happy. Hey, I'm serious. It's going to make me taste funny, I just know it. Happy insisted. Hold it right there. Natsu shouted, with Naruto standing beside him, arms crossed over his chest. The 4 teens stood on the edge of a cliff, looking down at Happy and his captors. Happy! Lucy shouted. Thank goodness. Now I'm not going to taste weird. Happy said, relieved. Quiet down, the demon commanded. Naruto narrowed his eyes. That's our friend you're trying to roast. Sorry, but you guys are going to have to come up with other dinner plans, Natsu said, cracking his knuckles. You're all wizards, aren't you? What guild are you with? Gray demanded. I'm not telling, the demon smirked. Get them, he ordered. Naruto grinned. All right, Whiskers, Gray, let's do this. Natsu said. You don't even have to tell me, I already know, Pinky, Naruto replied, tightening his fists and smirking. And don't tell me what to do. Gray said irritably, as the three began to swiftly dodge every one of Happy's captors. Sand bomb. Go! The demon shouted, slamming his fists down as a magic circle appeared. A large sand ball formed, and Natsu flew toward it, seemingly trapped. Natsu! Lucy shouted worriedly. Naruto and Gray looked over. He's fine. Gray assured. Yeah, just go help Happy. Naruto said. Right. Lucy said, running over to free Happy. The twins charged at Gray, knives in hand, and he engaged them in a fight. Gray delivered 2 powerful kicks to one twin and another 2 to the other, effortlessly defeating them. Help! Lucy's going to eat me. Happy whimpered as Lucy worked on his ropes. Shut up, cat. Lucy shouted, and Happy complied upon seeing the large chicken approach them. Lucy screamed, and Naruto looked over. Lu-chan, he shouted. Please don't hurt me, Mr. Chicken, she yelled frantically as the chicken prepared to swing its staff at Happy and Lucy. But its attack was interrupted by Naruto and Gray, who both delivered a powerful kick to the chicken. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Lucy smiled, glancing back at the blonde shinobi while continuing to run. No problem, Lu-chan, Naruto smiled back. Next. Gray shouted. The guy with the crystal ball was next. I see someone special, but the stars point to great trouble, he said. Gray and Naruto both sweat-dropped. You're telling my fortune? Gray yelled, kicking the guy away, while Naruto laughed. Ha, that's funny, he chuckled, and Gray shot him a really, look? He isn't using magic, and Naruto isn't using any jutsu or chakra. Lucy said in awe. And put some clothes on, she added. Crap. Gray panicked, making Naruto laugh even more. Where did these brats come from, anyway? The demon creature wondered before his large ball of sand began to erupt and eventually exploded, revealing a completely unharmed Natsu. You JRK. My mouth is full of sand, and it's all because of you. Natsu said, his fists clashing together and creating a red magic circle. Here goes. Fire Dragon Iron Fist. Natsu shouted, igniting his fists and charging at the demon creature. Natsu landed a solid punch, knocking out the others at the same time and creating a large explosion. Naruto sighed. And he overdoes it again, he mumbled. Lucy noticed and giggled, latching onto his arm. Yeah, don't you think you may have overdone it a little? Gray said. So what if I did? I got the job done. Natsu snapped. Grow up already. You're an embarrassment to the guild. Gray chastised, striking a nerve in Natsu. What? Natsu replied, and soon they were engaged in another one of their silly brawls while Naruto watched, deadpan. They're even worse than me and Sasuke, he thought. Tis whatever, Kit, to me, it just seems the same, Kurama grumbled. Oh, shut up, you stupid fox, Naruto shot back. Kurama snorted as Naruto returned to reality. Lula, the creature mumbled. What's Lula? Lucy asked, catching Naruto's attention as he listened in. Lullaby, the creature mumbled louder. Lullaby? Naruto wondered. Lullaby? Natsu and Gray echoed more seriously, suddenly stopping their argument. A shadow crept up, striking the team. Incoming! Happy shouted, and the demon looked horrified. Suddenly, the tree that held Happy's captors captive sank further into the ground. What was that? Lucy asked nervously, tightening her grip on Naruto's hand. Who was that? Natsu corrected. Well, whoever it was, they're fast, Gray pointed out. Yeah, Naruto agreed. I can't even sense their presence anymore. What about you, Naruto? Do you still feel anything? Gray asked. Naruto nodded. It's very faint, I can barely sense it, he replied, causing Lucy to feel even more anxious as she tightened her grip around Naruto's hand. But what could this mean? Natsu wondered aloud. Lullaby, Lucy murmured quietly. XXX Magnolia XXX. A woman strode through the streets of Magnolia, her heavy footsteps echoing as her armor clinked with each step. She was a striking figure, with beautiful scarlet hair, high boots, and a blue skirt, carrying a large claw from the monster she had defeated on her mission. Whispers and odd gazes followed her as she made her way back to her home, Fairy Tail. Hey Mira! Can we get 3 drinks over here please? A voice among the guild members shouted. Be right with you. Mira responded. So Mira, when are we going to go on a date? Wakaba asked, puffing on his cigarette. Ugh, would you leave her alone? Laki said irritably. Wakaba, there's one small problem, Mira said, creating a magic circle and transforming into a middle-aged lady. You already have a wife. The lady said in Mira's voice. I hate it when you do that. It's so creepy. Wakaba complained. I wish I could enjoy my drink in peace for once, Kana said, sipping her beer. Well, you didn't drink all day, Mikao pointed out. I guess we should try finding another job, Natsu grumbled. We're running out of food money. Happy said, munching on a fish. What do you think, Whiskers? Think you're up for another job? Natsu asked. Sure, I guess, Pinky, Naruto replied, resting his chin on his hand while his elbow leaned on the table. You know, if we had taken that 2 million jewel, we'd be sitting pretty, Lucy said. And I can't forget that rent is due next week, she reminded herself. I guess I better find work too, Lucy added. Lucy mumbled as she looked at the job request board, trying to find a suitable task. Finding a magic bracelet, breaking a spell on a cursed cane, reading a love story, hunting a volcano demon? Wow, I had no idea wizarding jobs varied so much, Lucy exclaimed. Well, Luchan, did you find a job that you want to do? Naruto asked, approaching her carefully and wrapping his arm around her shoulders. Lucy looked up and blushed. No, she stuttered. Naruto chuckled and took his arm away. No, it's okay, you can keep it there. Lucy thought, feeling safe in his presence. Let me know if you find one you're interested in taking on. The master is away at a conference, so I'm covering for him, Mira said. Naruto returned to Natsu and Happy, already knowing about the guild masters but still listening as Mira began explaining. Every once in a while, the guild masters get together to discuss the state of things. It's like the Magic Council but not, Mira said thoughtfully, tapping her chin. She turned to Ritas. Excuse me, Ritas? Can I borrow a light pen? Mira asked. Sure, he responded, handing her the pen. The Council, Era, is the most powerful organization in the magical world. It's only one step below the government. It has 10 members, and it's their job to uphold all magical rules and regulations. If a wizard breaks magical law, they would be tried by the Magic Council. Then there are the different guild master leagues, which are local groups that work together, and the individual masters, who pass on the decrees of the Magic Council. They also communicate with other masters regularly. You could say they're the glue that holds us all together. It's a pretty stressful job. Mira concluded. Wow, I never realized that all the different magical guilds were interconnected like that. Lucy said in awe. Naruto chuckled. It's important that we cooperate with one another, otherwise, their system would fall apart, Mira explained. A fire lit up as a mischievous-looking Natsu added, and then the guys in black would show up, causing Lucy to look alarmed. Ha! That was almost too easy. Natsu laughed. Are you trying to scare me to death? Lucy exclaimed. Naruto sighed and playfully tapped Natsu on the head. Ow! Natsu shouted. Stop scaring her like that, Naruto scolded, while Natsu shrugged it off. Naruto then turned to Lucy and Mira. It's more like dark guilds, Luchan, he clarified. Lucy gasped. Dark guilds? She asked, her voice trembling. Yep, dark guilds do exist. They've chosen not to join any of the leagues. They're the bad apples and most of them are involved in magical crime. Mira informed. Whoa, Lucy said wide-eyed. Don't worry, Luchan. If we ever run into a dark guild, I will protect this place no matter what. I swear it on my ninja way, Naruto said, giving Lucy an assuring thumbs up. Natsu nodded. Now, would you just go and pick us a job? He smiled. You've got to be kidding me. What makes you think I want to do that? Lucy replied. Naruto smiled. Well, it's obvious, Luchan, he said. Lucy looked confused. We are a team, aren't we? Natsu said, hands behind his head. Yeah, and we picked the job last time. Happy chimed in. It's your turn to pick, so get to it. Happy insisted. Lucy turned away stubbornly. Just forget it, Cat. As far as I'm concerned, our team has been disbanded. Besides, you guys didn't want me, you just needed me last time because I'm a blonde. Lucy said. Don't be silly, Luchan. They only picked you because you're such a great person. Naruto said, making Lucy blush. Yeah, and you're really nice. Natsu added. Hey Lucy. I wouldn't stay with those losers if I were you. And Whiskers, you too. Someone as awesome as you doesn't need to be hanging out with a loser like Fire Breath over there. Gray said. And besides, you'll get plenty of offers from other teams. Gray continued, not noticing that his clothes were missing until Kana spoke up. Your clothes, Gray, Kana said playfully. Gray jumped and Naruto laughed. Jerry. Natsu called out. Gray shot Natsu a glare. Oh boy, here we go again, Naruto muttered. Lucy giggled. Naruto-kun is so funny. Did you just call me a JRK, Dragon Boy? Gray said, bumping foreheads with Natsu, veins popping on his forehead. And what if I did? What are you going to do about it? Natsu snapped back. Naruto sighed and shook his head. Mirachan, ramen please. Naruto called as he walked over to the bar seat, setting down his scroll. Coming right up, Naruto-kun. Mira replied. Lisa Anna. Ramen for Naruto-kun. Mira shouted, heading into the kitchen as Naruto settled onto the bar stool. Veech, ramen, ramen, ramen. Don't you ever get tired of it, huh? Lisa Anna giggled as she began preparing the ramen. You mouth breather. Gray shouted. At least I'm not a coward. Natsu shot back. You spineless wimp. Gray retorted. Looks like they're at it again, Happy said, smiling sheepishly. Naruto scoffed. Just leave them be, it was bound to happen. Don't waste your energy over that, he said, still waiting for his ramen. Finally, Lise Anna emerged with a bowl of Naruto's favorite food and placed it in front of him. Here you go, Naruto-niken. Enjoy. Lise Anna said, walking around the bar and sitting down beside him. Naruto smiled widely. Thanks, Lise Anna. She returned the smile. Why don't you join Lucy's team of love later tonight? Just the two of us? Locke suggested playfully, wrapping his arms around her. Excuse me? Lucy replied, thinking, this guy is really something. You're just so stunningly gorgeous that I have to wear shades when I look at you. Otherwise, I might be blinded by your dazzling beauty. Locke finished with a flourish. Do girls really fall for this? Lucy asked, noticing her celestial keys glowing. Locke's eyes widened, and he jumped back from her. You're not a celestial wizard, are you? Locke exclaimed, backing away slowly. Huh? Lucy replied, confused. Yeah, she's got cows and crabs and stuff. Happy mumbled while munching on his fish. Locke shouted, curse you! Why must you toy with me? I'm sorry, but we can't be together. He apologized while making a hasty exit. Lucy looked on in disbelief. What got into him all of a sudden? She asked. Locke has a complicated history with celestial spirits, Lise Anna explained. Yeah, rumor has it he dated one, and it didn't end well. Mira added. Naruto chuckled as he slurped down his ramen. Well, I'm not surprised Lucy started, but was interrupted when Natsu crashed into her, knocking her to the ground. Whoa! Natsu shouted. Oh, that looked painful, Mira commented, while Naruto laughed. Are you okay, Luchan? Lise Anna sighed. Oh, Natsu. Could you two just knock it off already? Lucy said grumpily, still pinned down by Natsu. Natsu started it, I'm just following through, Gray declared, raising his fist triumphantly. Where are your clothes? Kana asked, startling Gray, who began jumping around. Natsu finally got off Lucy, allowing her to stand and walk over to Naruto and Lise Anna. But you were the one provoking me. You slippery slime. Natsu retorted, glaring comically at Gray. Naruto deadpanned at their childish antics. Oh yeah? What exactly did I do to provoke you, fire clown? Gray shot back, returning the glare. You pervy flasher. Natsu countered. Pink-haired punk. Gray replied again. Lame insults, guys, Lucy said. Ah, don't bother, Naruto said, finishing his ramen. Yeah, they start to run out. Everyone began to laugh at their silly argument, and Lucy couldn't help but join in, along with Naruto. But the laughter was cut short when Locke burst back into the guild hall, flinging open the front doors. We've got bad news. Locke shouted. That must be Erza. Naruto thought happily. But everyone else looked terrified. It's Erza. She's on her way here. Locke warned, and panic spread through the room. Even Natsu and Gray stopped their playful fight, both looking frightened. Wow, just mentioning Erza makes everyone freak out, Lucy observed. Well, she is the strongest female wizard in Fairy Tail. More than a bit intimidating, Mira said. Naruto scoffed. Oh come on, you guys are just overreacting. Naruto, you're not afraid of Erza at all? Lucy asked. No, Naruto is actually scarier than Erza only when he's mad, Mira replied. Naruto nodded. Wow, Lucy said in awe. Loud footsteps echoed through the guild hall. That's gotta be her, Loki said nervously. That sounds like her footsteps. Wakaba added. Geez, from these reactions, you'd think she's some kind of demon or something. I'm so scared. Lucy said. Erza isn't that scary once you get to know her, Naruto reassured her. Finally, Erza walked in, carrying a massive claw, likely taken from a monster she had defeated. Lucy stared, clinging to Naruto's arm again. Erza carefully set the claw down. I have returned. Where is Master Makarov? She asked. Wow, she's pretty. Lucy exclaimed. Oh hey Erza. Welcome back. Naruto smiled. Wow, Naruto's reaction is so different from everyone else's. He's completely calm while everyone else is scared of her, Lucy thought. Erza blushed slightly, thankfully no one noticed, not even Naruto. Hi, Naruto. Now, where is the master? She asked again. The master is at a conference right now, Mira answered. Naruto nodded. I see, Erza replied. So, what's that huge thing you have there? Max asked. Erza looked over. It's the horn of a monster I defeated. The locals were so grateful that they decorated it and gave it to me as a souvenir. Do you have a problem with it? Erza asked. No, not at all, he replied frantically. I heard she knows about what happened at Mount Hakob. Kana informed, causing Mikau to sweat. You think so? Oh man, I'm a goner, Mikau mumbled. She's not what I imagined, Lucy said, and Naruto chuckled. Erza looked over at her fellow guild members. Now listen up. Urza demanded, immediately catching everyone's attention, but Naruto remained unfazed. While I was on the road, I heard a few things. Word is Fairy Tail has been causing trouble lately. Master Makarov may not care, but I certainly do. Kana, you need to start controlling your drinking. Urza ordered, causing Kana to stop mid-laugh. Vegetor, please take the dancing outside. Wakaba, get rid of that filthy habit. I suspected I would find you dawdling in front of the request board, just pick a job. Macau. Urza called out, but stopped as Macau began to tense up. Urza gave him a blank stare. Please just say something. Macau pleaded. Urza sighed, I don't know where to even begin with you. You've caused so much trouble I've almost given up. She's really tearing into everyone, Lucy mumbled quietly. It's like she's taking over. Lucy said, and Naruto chuckled. That's Urza for you, he said. Happy agreed. Even if she is a bit bossy, she's still more sane than everyone else here. I don't understand why everyone is so afraid of her, Lucy wondered. Yeah, me too, Naruto agreed. Are Natsu and Gray here? Urza asked. Happy replied. Over there, Urza. Naruto said, pointing to the two. The two stood there, pretending to be best friends. Oh hey there, Urza. We're just hanging out like good friends do. Gray said. Natsu added. Why is Natsu talking like Happy? Lucy asked frantically. Naruto sighed. That's great. I'm pleased to see the two of you getting along so well. However, it's only natural for even the best of friends to clash now and then, Urza said. I don't know if we're the best of friends, Gray denied. Natsu simply replied. What's gotten into Natsu? Lucy asked. He's scared. A few years ago, he challenged Urza to a fight, Naruto explained. And boy, did he get it, Lisana added. Yep, Urza really showed him, Mira said. That was a foolish thing to do, Lucy blurted. After that, she found Gray wandering around without clothes, so she decided to teach him a lesson too. Macau added. And let's not forget she put Loke in his place for trying to flirt with her. He totally deserved it, Kana said. Yeah, I can't say I blame her, Lucy agreed. Naruto chuckled. Natsu, Gray, I need you to do me a favor, and Naruto-kun, you too, Urza said, catching the attention of the three boys. While traveling, I overheard something that has me worried. Normally, I would consult with the master before acting, but he is not here, and this is of utmost urgency. You two are the strongest wizards here, and Naruto-kun, your powers are still shrouded in mystery. I could really use your help, Urza explained. Everyone was shocked. The three boys exchanged glances. Did that just happen? Laki said in disbelief. We'll meet up at the train station tomorrow morning, Urza instructed. Right. Naruto replied while Gray thought, me and Natsu? On the same team? Natsu echoed the thought. Urza, Natsu, Gray, and adding Naruto-kun? I never saw that one coming. This could be the most powerful team Fairy Tail has ever seen. Mira exclaimed as the four teens stood together. Ward, I hate it. Teaming up with you was the worst idea ever. I have no problem with Whiskers, but not you. Natsu shouted, glaring playfully at Gray. Yeah, tell me about it. Urza made a huge mistake asking you to come along. She should have just asked me and Whiskers. Gray shot back. Fine. Then why don't you just take care of it yourself? I don't want to go anyway. Natsu retorted. Sounds good to me. Then I'll get to watch her beat you senseless, and add Whiskers too. Gray replied. While Lucy and Happy sat on a bench a distance away, they watched the silly fight unfold. Oh, where are you, Naruto-kun? Don't leave me here alone with these morons. Lucy thought. Let's just sit here and pretend we don't know them, Lucy suggested. What made you decide to come with us? Happy asked. Mira asked me to tag along, Lucy answered. Flashback. Naruto-kun can surely keep Natsu and Gray in check, but those two are going to clash whenever Urza and Naruto-kun aren't looking, so I want you to be there to stop them. Okay. Mira said. Who, me? Lucy exclaimed. Flashbackins. You aren't doing a very good job, Happy mumbled through his fish. They're hopeless, Lucy replied. Sorry I'm late. Have you been waiting long? Urza's voice called out. No, not really, Lucy replied, turning to where Urza's voice came from, and her jaw dropped in surprise. There was Urza, standing in front of a pile of luggage. Whoa, look at that luggage. Happy exclaimed. All of that belongs to you? Lucy shouted. It's time to go, buddy. Gray said as he and Natsu celebrated happily. Natsu replied. Listen, one happy's enough. Lucy shouted, but then she realized she hadn't seen her other fellow blonde anywhere. Where the heck is Naruto-kun? He better not have left me here with these morons. Lucy pouted. Good. It really makes me happy to see you getting along. And what is your name? I believe I saw you at the guild. Yesterday. I guess Naruto-kun's not the only blonde in Fairy Tail now, Urza joked. My name is Lucy, and I just joined Fairy Tail. Mira and Naruto wanted me to come along so we could learn a few things. I hope that's okay with you, Lucy said. The more, the merrier, Erza replied, wondering, speaking of blondes, where is Naruto-kun? I'm Erza. Wait, you're the girl I heard about. I was told you defeated a mercenary using your pinky finger. Erza said. Huh? Lucy exclaimed. It would be great to have a wizard like you on board. Thanks for your help. Erza said, looking back to check on Natsu and Gray. I'm jealous, Maki. Your wizards are full of life, and they're such cutie pies, including the ninja, Bob, the master of the Blue Pegasus Guild, said. I heard you have a girl who gave quite the performance, Bob added. Oh, you must be talking about Lucy. She is our newest recruit, and she's got quite the talent. Makarov replied. Ooh, so naughty. Bob fluttered. I wouldn't joke around if I were you, Makarov, a man in shades wearing a witch's hat said. His name was Goldmine, the master of the Quattro Cerberus Guild. Your wizards may be spirited, but they go overboard sometimes. Even the fairy tale ninja goes overboard, and he is almost always the sane one. Some of the council members are worried that the fairy tale guild is going to cause some serious trouble one of these days. I can't say I blame them, Goldmine said. Let those nutjobs worry. Why do I even care? They're just jealous my wizards are amazing, Makarov said in defense of his guild. Oh, Maki, you shouldn't talk about your wizards that way. You're such a scoundrel, Bob fluttered again. Master Makarov. Master Makarov. I have a letter from Miss Mirren, sir. A little blue bird chirped in a high voice, carrying a letter in its beak. Oh, thanks a lot, Makarov said, still sober from all the alcohol. No problem, the bird chirped, flying away. Makarov circled his fingers around the seal, creating a magic circle, and then a hologram of Mira appeared. Hi, Master. I'm glad you made it to the conference safe and sound. Myra's hologram said. See, this honey is our poster girl Mira Jane. Grab some eye candy, boys. Makarov bragged. All the men immediately got excited, whispering, oohing, and awing, even blowing whistles. Ooh la la, Bob said. That's Mira Jane. I haven't seen her in a while. She sure has matured, Goldmine said, impressed. Oh, Master, you're not going to believe what happened. It may be the greatest thing in fairy tale. Erza, Natsu, Gray, and Naruto-kun have all teamed up together. An amazing combination, huh? In fact, I think they may have formed the strongest team Fairy Tail's ever seen. Sorry to bother you, but I just had to send you the exciting news. See you soon, Master. Mira said before the connection ended. All the while, a sweating and nervous Makarov stuttered, not the four, leaving the others confused. What's wrong, Maki? Bob asked. I guess the council has a good reason to be worried, right? Goldmine said. Makarov fell over. I can't believe this is happening. Those four really could cause some serious trouble. The conference ends today, so I can be back by tomorrow afternoon. Oh please. Let nothing happen. Makarov thought nervously. Some guy with a scythe and a bunch of others took over the train, a man reported. I think I know who they are. They're the Dark Guild troublemakers who have been lurking around town for the past few weeks. Man 2 said with disdain. I can understand why they would want to hijack cars and boats, but why hijack a train? Lucy wondered. It doesn't seem like a good choice for a getaway since it can only follow the tracks. Happy pointed out, yes, that's true, but they are quite fast. Naruto added. Erza nodded in agreement. Natsu, of course, was feeling unwell from the ride. Then I guess it's up to us to figure out where those Eisenwald guys are rushing off to and why, Gray said, unaware of his state of undress. Naruto noticed, along with Lucy. You're naked, Gray. Lucy exclaimed, her eyes wide in shock. Am I? Gray asked, looking down, while Naruto face-bombed and Lucy stared in disbelief. The military has been alerted, so it should only be a matter of time before someone catches them, Lucy assumed. Naruto sighed. I hope so, Luchan. He said. I hope that's the case, Lucy, Erza added as she drove on. Aragorn swung his scythe angrily at Kage, who fell to the ground, looking up at Aragorn with fear. Let me get this straight. You let 2 Fairy Tail members see the lullaby flute, one even taking a close look at it. And you let him get away? Who was this member that examined the lullaby flute? Aragorn demanded. Well, from his familiar features, spiky blonde hair, whisker marks, a red coat, and a headband, I'm pretty sure it was the famous Fairy Tail ninja, Kage replied. This only fueled Aragorn's anger. It was the Fairy Tail ninja? And you let him escape? He shouted furiously. Well, it's not like he knew anything about our plans, sir, and even if he did, there's no way his guild could stop us, right? Kage assumed. Aragorn remained furious, slamming his scythe into the train floor. We can't afford to take any chances. Fortunately, we have a strategy in place, Aragorn assured. Kage smirked. Right, that plan with Ashibana Station. Aragorn returned the smirk. We can't have anyone snooping around where we don't want them, it will be up to you men to handle them, Aragorn ordered. Yes, sir, his men replied. Slow down, Urza. You're going way too fast. You're going to overload the magic energy. Gray shouted from the roof, looking down at her. Yes, please, Urzanan, slow down, you'll exhaust your magic energy, Naruto agreed. There's no telling how many innocent people could be in danger if Lullaby's song is played. I can't slow down, we have to stop Eisenwald before it's too late, Urza replied. But just like Whiskers said, you'll use up your magic power before we even start fighting. Gray protested. Urza smirked. Well then, I guess I'll just have to rely on hand-to-hand combat. Besides, I have you, Natsu, and even Naruto-kun for backup, she said, while Naruto and Gray exchanged concerned glances. I still feel like there was something important I was supposed to tell you, Lucy, Happy said, looking over at a queasy Natsu. Naruto looked over, curious about what this important thing was. Oh really? What is it? Lucy asked, concerned. I don't remember, it was just something important I was supposed to tell you, You're. Happy pondered. I'm totally sick, Whiskers, young seal. Natsu groaned, and Naruto smiled sheepishly. Right? He said, leaning down to put his seal on Natsu, taking it off after a moment, and already Natsu was bouncing back. I got it. Happy exclaimed. Really? Lucy shouted in frustration. So if it wasn't about Lucy being sick, then what was it? Something strange like that. Lucy's odd? Hungry? Fishy? I like fish. Wait, odd, Happy rambled. Naruto looked at him, confused. Why are you saying I'm odd? Lucy wondered, deadpan. What's that up ahead? Urza asked. Ashibana Station. Everyone stand back. The station is closed due to a train derailment, one of the workers announced. What, seriously? Man 1 said nervously. Well, I heard the station's been taken over by a group of thugs. Man 2 added. We ask that you please stand back, the worker urged, trying to calm the crowd. Excuse me, what's going on? Urza demanded. Why would I tell you, lady? He refused, causing Urza to become slightly irritated. She quickly responded with a firm head bump to the man's forehead and proceeded to ask the other worker. But she received no answer from him either, prompting another head bump, while Natsu, Lucy, and Naruto stared blankly. Seems like her questioning methods are a bit counterproductive, Lucy remarked dryly, while Naruto chuckled. Urza's got her own way of getting things done, Gray said, still oblivious to his lack of clothing. Where are your clothes? Lucy shouted. Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder and sighed. Don't bother, Luchan, he said, while Natsu scoffed. The Eisenwald Guild's inside, let's go. Urza declared after finally getting the workers to reveal the information. Right? The boys replied, but Lucy still felt a bit anxious. Naruto wrapped his arm around her shoulders and smiled, causing Lucy to blush deeply. Don't worry, Luchan, I will protect all of you, Naruto assured. Lucy smiled, thinking, Naruto, you're such a sweet talker. A small army stormed in earlier, but they've yet to return. I'm guessing they've been caught in a battle with the Eisenwald forces, Urza said as the team ran through the station, with Lucy whimpering in fear again. Naruto and Natsu both narrowed their eyes. At the staircase, they arrived at a troubling scene of soldiers lying on the ground, appearing defeated, which made Lucy gasp in terror and shock. The boys all scowled. They've been completely wiped out. Happy exclaimed in disbelief. No surprise, Naruto said. Yeah, Natsu and Gray agreed. Right, they were up against an entire magic guild. A small army like this wouldn't stand a chance against wizards as powerful as the Eisenwald Guild, Urza said as they slowed their pace and began walking cautiously. When they finally found the Eisenwald Guild, Aragorn chuckled menacingly. Welcome, step into our parlor, fairy tale members. Aragorn taunted. Naruto gritted his teeth as the guild members began to chuckle evilly. Lucy clutched onto Naruto's arm, feeling scared. There are so many of them, she said nervously. You fiend. I take it you're Aragorn? Urza assumed. Aragorn chuckled. Kage immediately noticed Naruto and Natsu, recognizing them from their earlier encounter. Hey you guys. It's your fault I got in trouble. Get up. Kage demanded, causing Naruto and Natsu to widen their eyes. You. Naruto exclaimed. Wait, I know that voice. Natsu added. We're not intimidated by any of you. Tell me what you're planning to do with Lullaby. Urza demanded. Oh, you haven't heard yet, Aragorn said, chuckling as he soared into the air, his scythe glinting in the light. What do all train stations have? He flew. Lucy exclaimed in shock. It's wind magic. Happy added. Naruto narrowed his eyes, intrigued. Interesting. Wind magic. I wonder how it would fare against my wind chakra, he mused. Aragorn landed on a metal pole. You plan to broadcast the Lullaby song? Urza shouted, fear creeping into her voice. The boys widened their eyes. Aragorn laughed. Thousands have come to this station to witness the spectacle. If I raise the volume enough, I might be able to blanket the entire city with my melody of doom. Naruto's scowl deepened into an angry glare. What reason do you have to commit such a crime against the innocent people of this town? Urza demanded. Natsu growled in agreement. This is a cleansing of all those who fail to appreciate the rights they hold dear, who remain ignorant to those who have had their rights stripped away. They have turned a blind eye to justice, and now the Reaper has come to punish them, Aragorn declared. But killing them won't help you regain your rights, it will only make things worse. That's the very reason you were expelled from the Wizard League. Lucy countered. At this point, we've given up on regaining our rights. We want power. Then we will wash away the sins of the past and control what happens in the future. Aragorn replied, further igniting the team's anger. You guys are completely insane. Lucy shouted. We are in the age of darkness. By the time it arrives, you will be long gone. Kage said, sending shadows toward Lucy. Naruto, standing beside Lucy, quickly pushed her out of the way while Natsu blocked the attack. They both fell to the ground, with Lucy landing flat on her stomach atop Naruto. They groaned. Luchan, are you all right? Naruto asked. Lucy realized she was on top of him and felt her cheeks heat up. She quickly jumped to her feet, embarrassed. Why? Thanks a lot, Naruto-kun, Natsu, she stammered. Oh no. Lucy thought. You two again? Kage said irritably. Natsu approached Naruto, who was still groaning on the floor. He extended a hand, helping Naruto up. Eisenwald. I knew I recognized that voice. Natsu said, smirking with determination at the members. You okay, Whiskers? He asked. Yeah, Naruto replied. Natsu. Naruto-kun. Lucy called out. Looks like we're having a party, don't you think, Whiskers? Natsu asked with a grin. Naruto smirked back. Oh, totally, Pinky. No, you guys, these are the ones we have to fight. Lucy insisted. Like he said, Luchan, it's a party. Naruto replied, and Natsu chuckled in agreement. The fairy tale team had walked right into Aragorn's trap, and he couldn't help but feel pleased. Everything is going as planned. They will soon hear the lullaby's melody of doom, and then we will finally have our revenge on those who wronged us, he thought quietly. This is the strongest team fairy tale has to offer. You better be ready. Lucy warned us. The rest of the team faced Eisenwald. I leave them to you. Show them the terror of the Dark Guild, Eisenwald. Aragorn commanded before disappearing in a flash, shocking both Lucy and Happy. Wow, that looked similar to my Flying Thunder God technique, Naruto thought. Natsu and Gray go. I need you to stop him. Urza ordered. Natsu and Gray were silent. If the two of you work together, not even Aragorn the Reaper can defeat you. I'm leaving him in your hands, Urza said confidently. Naruto smiled and nodded. But Natsu and Gray immediately began to bump heads playfully. What did I say? Urza shouted. The two replied, rushing off. They ran off, one Eisenwald member exclaimed. They're going after Aragorn. Another added. I've got it. A man dressed like an Egyptian said, shooting rubber-like projectiles at the top of a balcony, swinging toward it and landing on the rails. The great Rayol, will take them down, he declared. I'm going too. That pink-haired fool is going to pay. Kage said, and Naruto growled, following the two Eisenwald members. But Urza chased after him, placing a hand on his shoulder. Naruto stopped and turned to look at her, his face showing his stress and anger. Stop, Naruto-kun. We'll catch up with them after we finish off the rest of the men here, okay? I promise. Urza said. Naruto sighed and nodded reluctantly. Wait, 2 girls and 1 guy against an entire magical guild? Lucy asked nervously. My mom always told me not to hit girls, but I'll make an exception, and besides, Whiskers over there isn't a girl, one member said. Sorry, ladies, you won't be as cute when we're done with you, another member laughed. But without my stunning beauty, I'll be totally helpless. Lucy said, daydreaming. This is not the time to be daydreaming, Lucy. Happy shouted, trying to bring her back to reality. Naruto and Urza prepared for battle. Let's do this. Come on, Naruto-kun. You said you wanted a good fight, well, I've got one for you. Urza said, summoning a sword from a magic circle. Don't worry, I'll make this quick, Naruto said, smirking as he pulled out several 3-pronged knives, ready to throw them. That magic sword. It came out of thin air. And Naruto is pulling out those strange knives. Lucy observed, gasping quietly. Am I really going to witness the great Urza and the legendary fairy tale ninja in action at the same time? Lucy thought excitedly. If you insult the fairy tale guild again in my presence, I swear none of you will see tomorrow. Urza threatened. Naruto stood ready to throw his knives, but the Eisenwald members were unfazed and charged at the 2 legendary warriors. You guys are in for a good one, Naruto said as the members closed in. Erza effortlessly swung her sword, thwarting the attack from every member. She continued to wield her sword with precision against the others. "I'll show you," one member shouted, launching a bright yellow beam at Erza and Naruto. However, they easily evaded the blast, with Erza jumping high into the air and transforming her sword into a spear. She continued to fight until she decided to switch to twin swords, ready to take on the challenge ahead. It turned into twin swords. A member with green hair, slightly chubby, exclaimed in amazement. "I've never seen anyone requip as fast as her," another member said. "What's requip?" Lucy wondered. "Magic weaponry is similar to your celestial spirits," Naruto explained, still searching for the perfect spots to mark. "That's right. The user can summon weapons stored in another dimension, and switching between them is called requip." Happy added. "Wow, that's incredible." Lucy said in awe. "You haven't seen anything yet. Erza is just getting warmed up, and now we finally get to see Whiskers in action too." Happy said. "Erza?" the green-haired member shouted, recognizing the name. Meanwhile, Naruto had finally found his targets and threw the knives. They scattered everywhere, and in a flash he disappeared, shocking everyone. Naruto reappeared in a different area, seemingly in the place of one of the knives he had thrown, taking down every Aizenwald member he encountered, utilizing his taijutsu skills. Lucy, Happy, and the other members were stunned by Naruto's incredible speed and strength. He is amazing. Happy, have you seen Naruto do anything like this?" Lucy asked. "Nope, this is a first. Not even Erza has seen him do something like this. He never used this during their spar, so you're lucky to be the first one to witness it," Happy replied. Lucy was astonished. She thought to herself, "He is amazing. That speed, that strength, it's unbelievable." As more members approached, Naruto threw a regular knife to his right, hitting one member squarely in the face and knocking down others behind him. He easily took care of the remaining members. "What are those knives? They look like knives, but they're so unusual." Lucy wondered. "Those are called kunai knives. They're very strong. When Whiskers and Erza sparred, he used one of those against her. But the ones he threw, I've never seen those types before. They seem to work differently than the usual kunai," Happy speculated. "Then it's time for me to kick butt too," Lucy declared, reaching for her keys. "Why do you have to steal the spotlight from them?" Happy said, disappointed. "Open. Gate of the Giant Crab. Cancer." Lucy chanted, and immediately, Cancer, the giant crab, appeared before her. "You need me to fight these guys, baby?" Cancer asked. "Yeah, take them out with style," Lucy replied as the remaining members charged at him. "Oh baby!" Cancer chimed, leaping towards the members and using his scissors to cut through them effortlessly. "Like your new style, baby?" Cancer asked. "That was impressive," Erza complimented. Naruto landed on the ground and gave her a thumbs up. "Good job, Lu-chan," he added, walking over to the girls. "Thanks, but it was no big deal," Lucy said, feeling pleased. "Alright, I totally scored points with her and Naruto-kun," she cheered. "That's what you were going for?" Happy exclaimed in shock, while Naruto laughed. "However, this crab spirit of yours, the way he calls you baby, I find it rather amusing," Erza said. Naruto sighed. "Oh come on, Erzan, give her a break," he said. Lucy immediately felt deflated. "Points unscored," she muttered. "Whoa, Cancer said. "Naruto-kun, there are still so many left. I thought we took care of most of them. It's annoying, but let's wipe them out, shall we, Naruto-kun?" Erza said, a magic circle appearing beneath her feet. Naruto smirked. "Absolutely," he replied. In an instant, Naruto disappeared again and reappeared behind the remaining members, swiftly taking down another large group with his enhanced taijutsu, leaving the rest for Erza. "Hey, Erza-chan, think you can handle these guys?" Naruto called out. Erza smirked. "Of course. Like I said, I'll take care of them," she assured. Erza began to transform, and the members of the Aizenwald Guild gawked in awe. Naruto stared in amazement as well. "You never cease to amaze me, Erza-chan," he thought, blushing slightly. Kurama chuckled. "Somebody has a crush," he teased. Naruto glared comically at the tailed beasts in his mindscape while they laughed at him, before returning to reality. Most magic swordsmen can only swap their weapons, but Erza can also change her armor to enhance her abilities. It's a unique talent that only she possesses, a technique called the Knight. Happy explained. As Erza's transformation completed, she stood in heavy armor with wings sprouting from her back, wielding two swords. Naruto smiled. "Oh wow!" Lucy exclaimed. "Now dance my swords," Erza shouted.